Your boy Kai's and I'm joined today by the ever so awesome, the ever oh so precious. Yes, I just made up brand new words right there. Hold that shit. And the prestigious, legendary, magnificent, subtle fraudulence. And we're here for the Clout.WAV podcast, episode number 35. The beach episode, everyone. We're going to the beach. The beach, everyone. Woo! Get your toes in the sand. Get ready to get all types of lathered up and wet. And yes, ladies, we did bring the moisturizer and the sunscreen. We'll wipe you down in your time of need. But that's neither here nor there. Because you see, today is a very special episode because it seems like everybody has decided. Remember all those things from your childhood? We're fucking them. That's right. We're bending them over and we're plowing them into oblivion one after another. And the first one on the docket, well, we'll get to that because first I want to say, Subtle Fraudulence, welcome. Glad you're back. You know, it's been a week. How you been holding up, man? You doing all right?
I'm doing as all right as I can, since Georgia has finally remembered that the summer months are here, and therefore they've turned it up. We're cooking over here. It's like 90 degrees like every friggin' day, which is dangerous. Yeah, you go outside and you might be able to get cooked like an egg. So, it's nice when every day is dangerous, right? It's very exhilarating. It's adventurous. You never know what's coming.
Yeah, man. Especially when, you go outside and you're like, man, I'm going to go for my morning walk because this is what happened to me yesterday. I was like, yeah, it's about 9 a.m. Before I get halfway down my neighborhood. What's that? Oh, that's me. I'm cooking. Man, I'm getting a farmer's tan. Like, it's not looking good for me, man. I'm out here looking like I'm out here working, pushing carts at Kroger again, man. I do not want to go back to those days. Oh, so long ago. It's not looking good, man. I don't want to be Farmer Q. That's not attractive. I mean, I don't have a six pack. I'm not sitting here trying to make a viral TikTok of me trying to use an axe to chop down a big tree in a very inefficient way just to show that I'm a big, strong man, But hey, I don't know why that's a meme now. There's been about 6 or 7 videos in the past week of somebody trying to chop down trees with axes,
Yeah.
but they swing it at
See,
branches.
y'all youngins don't know about real work out here. Look at me out here chopping this tree, and the dude,
hey, you know what the video
he's struggling. He's out there struggling with that tree. He's like, yeah, you see, this is real work out here. He's taking he's having a hard time chopping a branch.
Then you got them old heads out there talking about, man, y'all ain't got no back. All y'all got is gristle. Your back don't hurt. That's gristle back there. Y'all ain't earned it yet. And I'm like, I ain't earned a back? Like, how'd that work? Teach me about the part of the anatomy that says I just have no back because I'm not an old head. Like, I just want to know, when do I get the backpack? Like, do I need a membership? Like, do I need to have is there a seniority program that I missed out on? But yeah, that being said, let's dig into our first subject. Now, many of you have probably seen the leaks of the Powerpuff Girls CW reboot. And boy, when I tell you, I don't know what type of methamphetamines have gotten loose in the water. I don't know what's out there in the streets that has put us in such I don't want to say a staggered state, but I don't know how we got to this moment in time to where I had to read the words, Bubbles, saying to the world, sometimes a girl just wants to be a slut. Hello? Like, I know we're trying to move the timeline and these are young adult Powerpuff Girls, but I just feel like, how did we get here? Then, all of nowhere, we're hearing that Blossom out here murdered Mojo, and it's like, all right, that's cool. And then you got, apparently Buttercup is just like, yeah, I'm out here beating the pussy up, and, once you ovulate, you know what I'm saying, that's after we copulate, and you decide to squirt on me 6 times, we're done, seal the deal, now get out of here, you little scam. I'm like, what is going on in this script? And it was written in such a way where I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking to myself, so was this like written by like a 12-year-old in their fan fiction? Because this is after they've, and they literally put quotes around it, finished, like we're on fanfic.com. And they said, well, since we've finished, like, I just don't know, man. I don't know how we got here. Like, I'm just trying to figure some things out. Because there's a 61-page document that you can read, in which a lot of the things are in the script. And one of the big keynotes is they decided to cast a black actor to be Professor Utonium. Professor Drake Utonium in this universe. And there's a couple things about this Utonium that are very different from what you know, not just his race. They waited until a black man was going to take over the reins for the role. They waited for this moment so they could come up with the plot thread that he didn't come up with Chemical X. He actually stole it, took credit for someone else's idea, made the Powerpuff Girls, and then used the Powerpuff Girls and used their likeness to exploit them into getting t-shirt deals, merch deals, a cartoon, and things of that nature. While really not showing them any sort of love and affection, but just using them to get his bottom line and his paycheck up. And it's just like, what are we doing here? Now, I understand that, there's some other things that they'll probably explain somewhere in future episodes, but there's another weird thing in the script where it says that Blossom still talks with Grandpa, even though they have weird political differences. And I'm like, so is Blossom a Republican? And the only reason why I bring this up is because they don't technically have a mother, at least as far as we know. Professor
They might
Utonium,
change that too.
yeah, they might. Professor Utonium is their father. And if he's a black man, that means their grandpa's probably black. So I'm trying to figure out, like, is his grandfather a black Republican? Like, what? Like, I just want to know what type of tonal shifts are we expecting to see? Like, what are we going to unearth here? Like, this just seems. I don't want to necessarily just call it dog water because I understand this is somebody's project, but it's definitely looking like steaming rat piss right now. That's what it's looking like, okay? I'm talking about boiled rat piss, scalding hot, thrown into my retinas, okay? These are not things I want to see in motion. These are things I didn't want to read in static. But somehow, someway, this is where we are right now. This is 2021. I thought COVID would be the worst of our problems. But somehow we have gotten to the point to where the Powerpuff Girls are no longer sacred. But yeah, Subtle Project, what do you think? I mean, you've read some of the leaks. Talk to me. What do you got?
All right. As an avid lover of the Powerpuff Girls, the Powerpuff Girls that matters, not that 2016 stuff that we all forget about.
Oh
Well,
God, that was a thing, wasn't it?
and oh boy, that was the precursor to what we're seeing here, honestly. So the problem with the leaks is that well, one, they're quote unquote reworking the pilot after the leak, because of course they saw people who were just like, what the hell is this? And it's one of those things where like the writers that they got for the show clearly are like older people who are like, this is how the kids talk on the social medias, right? This is what they say on the TikTok, right? Let's throw in one of those floss dances, right? That's what the kids love, you know. There's like a specific joke that's like, oh, I saw on Blossom's Instagram that she has a boyfriend, blah blah blah, on her Snapchat and her her
Her
Tumblr and
LinkedIn.
blah. LinkedIn, and I'm just like, you don't like who in the writers' room was like, yeah, this is funny, oh, hilarious. She uses social media like the children do, and it's like, okay. There's a
because
joke about.
there's another thing in there that like just really weird. Like, I'm not saying any of them have an OnlyFans, but apparently it does insinuate that one of the Powerpuff Girls did do porn at some point. So
Wait, what?
yeah, that
That's one of the ones that I have not seen, probably because I know that there's like a joke about Buttercup leaking Bubbles nudes, but yeah, there's nothing. I didn't see anything that was about porn. I mean, there's also a joke about Buttercup having okay, so my thing with the joke is that like, oh, it's like Blossom here is like some like banging, some shaking in Buttercup's room, and Blossom is standing there. She hears this and she's like, that's weird, and then stops, and then
mhm.
she proceeds to try and walk into the room. As it proceeds again, there's some bumping going on, there's some bed shaking going on, and it's like Buttercup is in here having sex with a girl that she saw at the bar last night. And I'm like, wait,
Well, here's
like anatomically here, why was
uh-huh.
the bed shaking if they were doing okay, well, there are reasons, there are ways, but
Look,
like
look. I'm
it
just
was
saying.
like
I'm just saying. Buttercup had the strap. What you mean?
See, that's not in the script. And like maybe it's implied, or maybe there's some
We
other
got to remember she
things
also got
going on. But
superpowers, so maybe she like you right in her face, but she's floating.
I was,
So like
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not trying to math this out. All right.
I was like, okay, so like, I mean, Buttercup can't go like all out though. Like, if she has superpowers and this girl doesn't, that's a boy situation, like that girl is like she's in danger. But whatever. Like, they make a little joke of like, oh, hey, are we done here? It's like, oh, 6 times is enough. They make a little sex joke there for the kiddies because sex is cool. But I don't know. It's just like everything in there is like, maybe you should run the script by your demographic. Like, maybe you should, like, if you're trying to appeal to kids who are a certain age, kids who are in their like early 20s, maybe like yeah, like late teens, early 20s, trying to appeal to them. Why don't you like get some of them in a room and like have them like read it, like run some of these jokes by them and be like, hey, that's funny, right? And not like yes men who are gonna be like, yes, haha, that's totally funny. I love my job, please don't take it away from me. Like, no, like have a focus group or something. Do what like movies do. Have some kind of focus group who are just like, isn't it, hey guys, is this funny to you? And then they're like, no. And then you can do
No.
you could do like a real like rework, because this is like the Guilty Gear Strive type of like rework here, where they're like, yeah, don't worry guys, we're gonna fix this real soon, don't worry. And it's like, but the show is gonna come out in like, I don't know, 2 months. So like, what do you
It's like
like, what exactly are you gonna,
it's like what's this timetable you have on fixing it? Like I just feel like
yeah, how are you going to rewrite the whole series? Because I know that your entire series is based on this pilot here, and you're like, we're going to rework the pilot. It's like, okay, so it's got to be about the same plot points with different jokes, and everything that I read so far was bad, like just bad. And it was like, we've ignored all of the lore. Like, why even call this Powerpuff Girls? Like, you could just call it like something else. It's like a teen show. Like, hey, Cruel Summer is out. That show it's for teens, and it's got like an interesting concept. It's like, if you have the right promotional material, even though it's a brand new thing, people may watch it because it's interesting. Instead of using the IP to be like, Powerpuff Girls, right, guys? You're gonna watch it because of Powerpuff Girls. It's like, okay, but if I see a trailer that has these like these younger girls who are making all these like really like flat jokes, they're just not funny, and it's supposed to be a comedy, and then Donald Faison shows up like, hey guys, remember me? It's like, I don't think that's worth a watch. And I watch a lot of shows, so I don't think it's like,
so
I'm afraid.
so there is another plot twist
No,
that I'm not sure that y'all want to hear.
no.
So apparently, the plot twist is that they made Mojo into a guy, as in like a human, like a regular
Yep,
generic suit businessman who apparently has a son. And I
and a
don't
monkey.
no wait. The son decided to have his brain transferred into the monkey.
Oh,
Do some weird Frankenstein's monster experimentation, and I do not think this show has the intestinal fortitude to not say they're going to make a return to monkey joke. It's going to happen. You're going to have to sit there and have your ears be jostled, rustled, stabbed, and mutilated by the audible sounds of return to monkey. It was the only way to be the peak of evolution.
okay. So from what I've seen, apparently Mojo also is running for some sort of political position, maybe like Congress or like the mayor or something. This is not taking place in Townsville. This is all about America. So either Townsville is going to like canonically be an American town in some sort of state that we know of, or they're just going to say like America and get rid of Townsville altogether. But yeah, back to Mojo. He's going to be a political figure, and they make jokes about monkeys and like, oh, that only worked with the last election. And because Mojo is going to be a political figure of some sort, the Trump jokes are coming, man. Like, the Trump jokes are coming. and I
M-
already am like,
Monkey
get it
J.
away.
Trump.
Monkey J. Trump. No, no. Like, they're coming, and they're gonna be bad. I don't know. Look, remember, didn't Total Drama Island like have a reboot that came out in the last couple of years?
I
That
don't know. All I know is this: it wasn't a reboot. There's a show called like Total Drama Rama, which takes characters from 16 and Total Drama and puts them and
yeah.
makes them like infants or like 4 to 5 year old toddlers, and they're at a daycare. And
Who's that for?
I'm like, who asked for this? I don't really know who asked for the first series of shows, but who asked for this? And don't get me wrong, we have seen it in the past. Looney Tune kids, Tom and Jerry kids, one common denominator. People
Yeah,
didn't
they're all
like them.
bad.
They suck.
They're all
And,
bad.
and people were trying to awful shows done quick, get them out of there in record time. All right.
We had one show about babies that worked out, and that was because one, most of us were babies, and two, like they took baby things and made them entertaining. No one has been able to take that.
Are you talking about Rugrats?
I am, but hold on. Before we get to Rugrats, I have to, mention that someone at some point is going to mention Boss Baby to me, and I will tell you right now, it's not funny. So, yeah.
Look, I had no idea that Boss Baby was even a thing. It was like a fever dream. Like, I never remember seeing commercials and previews when I went to go see movies during that time, right? And it just never dawned on me that this was an actual movie that came out. Like, in my mind, this was like one of those things, like the Patchy the Pirate character, that not from SpongeBob, the one that we saw at the movie tavern. The one that always has his phone and his parrot, and they're like, shh. Like Boss Baby was just like one of those things that was on the preview thing, that was a meme, like Silence is Golden, and that was it. Turns out not only was it a movie, it was a movie that was financially successful enough to where a sequel is coming out next month, and I'm just sitting here like, huh?
It also had a television show.
What?
Yeah, it had I think it was a Nickelodeon show. Yeah, it had a show.
No way. No, I'm looking
It might still be going on. The show might still be going on. But,
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. The Boss
So,
Baby
some of
Back
you-
in Business is an American computer animated streaming television series produced by DreamWorks. Season 4!
baby.
Season
Yeah.
4! This thing has 49 episodes.
Yeah. I mean, and some of you may come in here and mention Little Man, right? I'll tell you right now, it was problematic. There is a very bad scene in that movie. So
is that the movie with the Wayans brothers?
Yeah, the one where the Wayans brother, who is a little person, masquerades as a baby because he just like robbed a bank or something, and he proceeds to live the life as a baby to this family who doesn't recognize that that's not their baby, and that's a grown ass man, and yeah. There's a scene that's
you might as well tell them, because that's a movie that I'm sure a lot of people watching this podcast may not have seen for themselves. So you might as well divulge the details.
There's a scene where the baby sexual assaults the mom.
Uh-huh.
Because he's like a horny little man, and like I don't know, he like I think it was like dark or something, and he acts like he's the husband while she's not looking, and then she makes like a little comment towards it, and it's like, ha ha ha, it's funny, right? And it's like, no.
It's like, no, we definitely know what's going on here, so it's not funny to us. It's just very weird and degenerate.
Also, the technology that went into that movie is terrifying. They put Marlon Wayne's face on a baby.
Now, with the technology that we've gotten over the past, 15 years since that movie came out, with the amount of deep fakes and things that you can do about face smoothing and being able to project one's image or basically their feature set onto another person's feature set, I don't even want to see what type of movie you come out with now with that.
It was almost as bad as the CGI baby in Twilight, in the last Twilight movie.
I haven't
where for
seen
some reason
that.
they CGI'd the kid's face the whole time, even though this is like some like super demon creature who like ages like 10 years a minute. And so when the kid became like basically a like 10-year-old, they still CGI'd the face, and it was like, but why?
But he is the kid.
Like I don't know. It was this little girl, and like they CGI'd her face for some reason. They had an actual like doll, like baby
Wait a
doll that they were going
second.
to use for it,
Really?
and
Oh,
it's somehow
well,
more
you're shredding
terrifying
your
than the
fiber
CGI
right now.
face.
Appreciate it.
So
Let's go into the shredder. Except Twitch, I
it's
appreciate the gifts up, man. Keep them on rolling in. We appreciate that. But continue.
Yeah, so babies are not the way to go for any of your, TV shows that are supposed to be aimed at kids. If it's for like actual babies, then I don't know. Yo Gabba Gabba works, and that just has a grown ass man and like aliens. So like you don't have to stay in the realm of like real things because kids aren't really going to grasp the concept of like this is a show about the experience of being a baby. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Like,
I don't
it's
I
not
don't think
how
babies care about being babies.
babies just want to shit themselves, eat, and then, like, get burped every once in a while and have a nice, warm bottle of milk.
Hmm.
They're not too concerned about the deep working dichotomy between what it means to be a baby and what it means to be a man. Like, that's not. They're not trying to analyze that deep into it, you know.
Yeah, but instead we're somehow getting a Rugrats reboot on top of this Powerpuff Girls live action that nobody asked for.
This
Like,
man said, "Getting no, the Rugrats thing is already here. It's out. You can watch it
oh,
right now
oh yeah, you're right. So,
on
I
on
just want to forget it
Paramount
already.
Plus." Trust me, I do too. Like, here's the thing. I'm not even gonna say it's bad, but I'm not giving it any of my time because I'm getting tired of seeing all the things I used to love be trampled, mutilated, beaten, stomped out, crushed, and changed to fit an audience that the original was never designed for. It's like, at the very least, come up with your own concepts, come up with your own interesting things for the demographics that are here today, because the goalpost of it was acceptable in society of the yesteryear have been moved so far that why even go back to change it? Like, could you imagine, like, today, like, modern era 2021, they decided to bring back Invader Zim? It couldn't be a kids show anymore, as you saw with the movie. They definitely had to, they definitely spiced it up a little bit. But
Yep.
that couldn't be on regular Nickelodeon, not today. No way. That's why it had to be on, what was it, Netflix?
Yeah.
You could not put that on regular Nickelodeon today.
You could just
I don't even think you could put Animaniacs or Pinky and the Brain on regular Nickelodeon today.
uh, yeah, honestly, because the demographic that they're aiming for are the people who are hit with the nostalgia, right? And those people are a lot older, so they want jokes that are meant for older people. That's why you could just do something like what JG Quintel, I think is his name, the guy who invented the guy who made regular show. He just made a new show that's like a similar concept, and he literally voiced like the main character of the show like he did in regular show, where instead of it being about these like animals that talk and creatures and stuff, it's about like humans. And they're doing like older life like human things who are basically the same age as the old regular show demographic, and so they can include like a few like dirty jokes here and there about like people getting naked and like shit like that, and it's fine because the audience is older and they would understand these jokes, and the show still makes sense. The show can still be written for them, and it can still have like similar content to the first one. It can just have a totally different thing. It can be as ridiculous, which it is. Even though it's about regular humans, there's all kinds of nonsense that happens in it, like time travel and getting so like huge that you accidentally like kill a man and stuff like that. Like it's crazy, but it still works. You don't
Look,
have to
uh,
remake regular show and reboot it for kids or anything like that. Or you could do the Teen Titans Go route, where it's like we're going to make this show completely for kids, but we're going to put in kid-friendly jokes that are references to things that the adults would like, and still make this funny. And Fortnite.
you remember Fortnite kids?
Hey kids, remember Fortnite?
No, but like, for example, like here's the thing. I'm just gonna read out some dirty jokes that I remember back from Well, not even dirty, but like jokes that like were definitely meant for an older crowd. Like,
Yep.
do y'all remember an episode of the Powerpuff Girls where the Powerpuff Girls brought their new friend over, and then they're like, "Yeah, this is our dad, the professor. This is our friend Robin. He made us in a laboratory by accident." And then the professor's like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And then Robin goes, "It's okay, professor. I was an accident too." Could you run that today?
Yes, because like the joke works, and kids will only see the surface of it of like, ha ha ha, that's funny, and then adults will be like, oh, but she's implying that her parents said that she was an accident, there was no condom there, some shit like that, right? You
Mm.
can have episode. All right, do you remember the episode where the girls made a sister and they fucked up the recipe, so
Yeah.
they made a sister, and then after this sister finally like proves that she's like able to like do what the Powerpuff Girls do, she fucking exploded. Like kids are gonna see that and be like, "Oh wow, that's crazy! She exploded. She blew up." There are no guts anywhere on the screen or anything like that, so it's kid friendly. And then when they get older, they're gonna see it and be like, "Oh my god!" Like,
It's like, what did we do?
like, whoa, that's
like,
crazy.
what the is it? I think it was called Mr. Ink. The not. I think it was. Is it the latest one? Is that the latest Scooby Doo that came out?
Mystery Incorporated? I think so. There might
Yeah,
have been one that came after, but Mystery Incorporated was
because
like the more popular one.
In Mystery Incorporated, there was the episode where Marcy was like, "Yep, it's my 18th birthday," and then she was like able to legally, and then she turns around, looks Fred dead in the eyes. There's an awkward pause, and then she says, "Vote," and it cuts to Daphne with this face of, "I'm beat this bitch ass." They knew what they
That's
were up to.
right. Like that's all you need to do. You don't need to like Ren and Stimpy it where like it just looks fucking like it just looks weird because everything is dirty and like kids will look at it and know mostly because their parents are like, "Well, that's it. Oh my god, what is he doing with his foot?" Like like they'll know, but they won't get it until they're older. And then parents will still be like, "Don't watch this because it's dirty," and it's like, but the kids won't get it, in order for it to like corrupt kids or whatever, like they have to understand the joke, and they're not going to understand it if they don't know what the context really is.
Okay, do you remember Rocco picking berries? Do you remember this one?
Yeah,
There's a bush, and Rocco's like, "I'm gonna pick a berry," and then this big bear comes out holding his nuts, like, "Oh,
there's a man in that show whose nipples are super powered.
You're not wrong." Or better yet, well, actually, no. This might be acceptable now because of the the whole indoctrination of society known as OnlyFans. Here, we're all pushed into that subculture now. But do you remember Dexter's new assistant, where she was dressed like Teeny? It was like,
Yeah.
and she was like, "I'd like to dance. Yes, dancing. I'd like to see you dance." And then she was like, "Okay, but it's $50 extra." Like, come on, man.
Yep.
We really knew it was cooking in that kitchen at that time.
Hmm. Look,
Actually,
man.
you know what? There are some things that we know they can definitely slip in there. Because I do remember there was an episode of Gumball where Banana Joe was watching. He was watching an orange get peeled, and Gumball walked up in there and was like, "Ah."
What are you doing, man? He's like, like it took me
now,
a minute to like even
now,
like realize what was going on.
now that one might be abstract enough because he's not even humanoid. Like it's clearly like he's a banana, guys.
Right.
Like he's clearly a fruit. But the funny thing is, off screen, there is a box of like you can see like a little bit of a box of tissues. And it's like, we know what you're doing, Joe. You making sloppy joes back there, bro.
Like there are ways around it, but like you don't have to do all this other bullshit like the Powerpuff Girls show where it's like this is for the Gen Z. Don't you see? They're talking about TikTok and they're talking about using Instagram and Blossom fucks and it's just like okay, but like this is like the level of like an SNL skit now, which I feel bad for the like. I don't know. Like, why don't they just Final Fantasy 14 that show and just like fire all the writers, or at least the ones who are like, yeah, this is the one, and then just hire a new writing staff because none of this is going to happen because people are still watching the show and some of them are like, yeah, this is funny, but ultimately, no. This is for like the old people who are like, yeah, I get that reference because my son does this, and it's like, yeah, but have you had a conversation with him? Because I don't think he really talks like this all the time. If he does, get help. Like,
Yo, yo, I got a good one for you.
okay.
You remember Recess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when Miss Finster decided to sit down on the buffer machine and she was like, "Oh yeah."
Oh my god. That's horrifying right there.
And, like as a kid, you're just like, "Oh, I guess that's fun," but now you know.
Do you remember the episode of King of the Hill where uh, where Hank walked in on his old ass dad having sex with like his new old ass girl, or no, his dad having sex with his mom, who are like both old as shit, and it was so like traumatizing to him that he went blind.
Yeah, but here's the thing, that wasn't his dad. That was literally just some new fling that she was on, bro.
Was it?
That was a stranger as far as he was
Oh
concerned.
yeah, that's right. It was a new guy, but he was also like old as fuck,
Yeah, he
and
was
so
and he
like
was like, "I've gone blonde."
all they showed is like old people like zoom ins on their like legs and hands and stuff like naked, and that's all you really need to see to be like, yeah, oh, that's terrifying. It's like the equivalent of walking in on your parents, doing stuff, and then it was just like, I can't see.
All right, I know.
I don't
I know one joke that they would never that you could never do today. So
go for
I
it.
forget who it was or what house they're at, but there was a Dexter's Lab episode where the girl bends over and on her butt it says "Dad's trophy."
Oh my god, I don't. I think that was one of the later episodes, wasn't it?
I thought it was one of the early episodes. Hold on, let me. I'm sure if I yeah, Dad's trophy, Dexter. Yeah, I'm gonna just send you the picture. That
Yeah, okay. I think that's one of the like middle episodes, like right the season right before they, upgraded the graphics on the show and whatnot. But yeah, like, can you believe that that got let in, but the band episode was not? The band episode that's basically the like equivalent of the SpongeBob episode where they learned of sentence enhancers.
look, here's the thing that's really weird to me about like SpongeBob. So like, there's banned episodes of SpongeBob. But there's one episode that I didn't know existed because it's part of the new era, and I haven't watched like new SpongeBob forever. But I remember when I was watching at my cousin's house, I was watching him, and therefore, he had Nickelodeon or whatever, no big deal. And this is like when they used to run big blocks of like cartoons, like it'd be like 4 hours of SpongeBob and then 4 hours of something else, like during the summer. And there's this one episode that I swear I have PTSD now because I saw this. There's an episode where they're trying to like move a couch and like it ends up on Squidward's toenail, and it's this weird, overly animated Omega graphic, like digging into his toenail, ripping out the cuticle. Like it's just really weird.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I'm just sitting here like, why? Like I'm looking at it with the I'm about to squirm face. Like what?
Because
Who?
it's funny, right? Haha, you got some of those like edgy kids who are on the internet, and they send you compilations of like disturbing videos and stuff, and be like, yeah, you see, I am the most disturbed person on the internet. Don't you see me here? Like it's for them.
It's
We shouldn't be
just.
tailoring to those kids, but I don't know, man. Somebody in the writers' room was just like, yeah, this is the one, and everybody else was just like, yeah, okay. I never understand it, man. I never understand it. Like there are TV shows that are about like writers' rooms that literally have situations where it's like you have a bunch of people who are just like, wait, what the fuck was that? Like, what do you think that kids are gonna like this?
I
It's
mean,
like the
I
guy
mean,
churning butter.
Exactly, but we've had some weird jokes before. Like, who remembers this episode of Cow and Chicken where, for some reason, Cow really had like a thing for this doctor, and the doctor was like, "I'm going to need you to squirt for me," and then Cow goes, "Oh, it'd be an honor to squirt for you," and it's like, hmm.
They ate actual butts in that show, man.
Yeah,
I
yes,
like look.
they did, bro. Yes,
When
they
I was a
did,
kid,
bro.
I was like, none of this is for me. When they had the episode where like, all right, this is comedy genius, but it's also like fucking weird. Where they had like Chicken had like a cousin who was just like a rubber chicken. Like he was just a talking rubber chicken, and so he couldn't move because his bones and everything were not real. And like that, I don't know. It was just comedy gold.
Okay. Okay, so I see that and I'll raise you this. There is an episode of the Rugrats that me, Cardis, and a few other people I know on Discord, like, we quote it all the time because it's just out of context, it's hilarious. But in context, it's even more hilarious. So Phil and Lil are in the bathroom and they're mad. And I forget if they're mad. I forget if they're mad at Tommy or if they're mad at Chucky. But they go, he's been bopping it all afternoon. A kid his age should be playing with his friends, not alone in his room bopping his boppo.
Oh no, not the Boppo episode.
Hi, I'm Boppo.
You think we're gonna get a remake of that in the new Rugrats series that's coming? Because
Nah, man,
I don't.
Boppo's in a galaxy far, far away. That man gone. That man gone.
It's so like it's one of those things where okay, it's like how I recently saw like a video. I think it was like an H Bomber guy video where he's talking about Ruby, right? And he's talking about how Ruby is disappointing because it has the elements of like a good series and it like puts in all these homages to anime and stuff, but it literally just doesn't have the soul of any of the stuff that it's inspired by. And it's like this is like got all these things that copy Avatar, but it doesn't understand why that stuff was entertaining in the first place. And that's what these reboots are like. It's like you're bringing back Rugrats, right? But you just don't understand why Rugrats was entertaining in the first place. Like you just stripped it of its soul, and now it's this weird like claymation looking thing that's like, hey kids, isn't the show going to be great? And and they're making jokes like, why do babies even exist? And it's like, okay, but what else, like what are you going to give us for this? Because the people who watched Rugrats are like having their own babies, um and their babies are not going to like get it or understand it. So what is the point? Like what's the money maker here? The nostalgia? Like iCarly is back also. Like what is the point here? The nostalgia? Sam is not even in it because because Jeanette McCurdy quit acting. She'll probably make a cameo, but I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know. It's just really weird. Like I just feel like we're at a point to where a lot of people are just overly sensitive now, and it's just real. It's just so weird to me.
I don't think that overly sensitive thing is legit. Like some people maybe. Like they're probably like there's probably a percentage of people that are more sensitive than before. But I think that a lot of the people who were like this, sensitive to a lot of stuff existed, but they just didn't have like a platform to really get that voice out loud enough for people to be like, what's this person on about? And now with social media, you have someone who can literally comment on the like official announcement of the Rugrats reboot and be like, wow, how dare you fucking ruin my childhood like this? You just like came here and just like beat me up in my room like my dad did last night. Like, it's just like, whoa. It's like, who are you? What is this?
Bro, but there is one show that I know you could never air. Not today. Ren and Snippy could never come back. It's gone. You just and they
Ren and
trust me.
Stimpy could come back on like the networks that like show reruns of it now, like Comedy Central and shit.
Yeah, but like people forget Ren and Stimpy tried to come back on Comedy Central with this adult oriented like couple of seasons, and that shit was ass.
It was.
It just felt soulless. Like it just felt like it was trying to be a cash grab, but then it somehow even failed at being that.
Yeah, because they tried to like lean in on the reason why Ren and Stimpy got like a lot of fame in the first place, which was, hey, yeah, kids, you can't watch this because it's got all these weird stuff that's like very suggestive, and it's like, okay, now they're just making dick jokes. It's like, okay, but I can watch a ton of cartoons that make dick jokes now. So what are you feeding me here? Did you guys hear of Stripperella? Because that's where
Oh
Pam
Lord.
Anderson becomes a stripper superhero. Like, can you top that? No. All right. Well then, get out of here.
Get out of here, fam. Yo, do you remember when Ren decided to put the morning wood on Stimpy's back?
Oh my god.
Do you bro, just look at this image, y'all. Like, hold on, let me just put this on the screen for y'all. Like, this one y'all genuinely need to see. Cause this one is yeah, this one is something.
That was on a cartoon for kids.
They really out here let this rock, man. This was a thing.
You know what's kind of wild about this though? There are people who are trying to do this very thing at Pride, out in the open, right now. Crazy, right? Oh my god. They're out here just trying to trying to put the wood on somebody's back in front of everybody. It's like, do it in a room, please.
So the
They,
Pride Parade is just basically a parade that's trying to, push towards unity, push towards, the normalization of LGBT people, and
yep.
they really,
Celebrate them.
yeah,
Celebrate their
just
existence.
celebrate their existence, make them feel comfortable, welcome. Just them coming together and be like, yeah, we're here. What are you gonna do about it? That's right, fucking nothing. That's right. It's their time to talk their shit. But apparently, there seems to be a brouhaha brewing in the congregation because apparently some people want to get freaky naughty in the middle of the street during the parade. Like, and I mean not just like kissing or anything. I'm talking about they want to be out there like just in the middle of the street out there just taking the
Look,
anaconda
man.
the anaconda in the rectum while they're twirling their penises around, you know what I'm saying? They want to make sure that some women are going deep sea diving while another woman is deep sea diving as another woman begins to complete the circuits by being deep sea dove on by the first girl while she's deep sea diving on the last girl right there in the middle of the chalk lines right there on Martin Luther King Boulevard. All right? And
So I want to preface all of this by saying, in general, you shouldn't trust the opinions of horny people. And
that's
this
facts.
right here is why, right? Like these are the same people who are going to tell you like, hey, why don't you just put that OnlyFans page on the jumbotron right here? It's not going to hurt anybody. It's like, they all want to see it. I mean, who doesn't like to see a nice ass and some nice titties? Anybody who says anything close to that notion to you, you gotta look at him and be like, hey, you all right, brother? You all right, buddy? Like, why don't you go home? Why don't you take a few minutes, maybe take a nap, or do something else, get that out of your system, and then come back, and then repeat that to yourself first, and then verify whether or not that still sounds like a good idea to you. If it doesn't, well then you got hit by the horny, and I understand. Everyone loses has a lapse in judgment when they're hit with that, but like, I'm not going to listen to you.
I'm not gonna listen to you. Like I know where your head's at.
It's like, yeah, you were
I
trying to get
know
pictures of my feet. Get out of here, bro.
your mind has been in the gutter, and some would say that's your natural habitat. It never left. It never grew up. It never blossomed to be a better person. Nope, it's just been in there 24/7, 365 to the point to where you think Toe Jam and Earl is gonna be is the title of your girlfriend's next OnlyFans page, bro.
Whoa.
Like
Yeah.
you know what's going. Well, that's if you even have a girlfriend. I understand. I'm making a bold assumption there because we see what a lot of these horny people. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all seen yourselves and y'all know what y'all about. But anyway, this isn't to dump all over you, but we know that when you're thinking with your penis or your vagina, you're thinking about getting your meat wet or getting pounded out. Your brain's not always in the right spot. All right, that's basically the moral of the story that we're trying to give you here. But that being
Hmm.
said, I'm not trying to kink shame anybody, but people are saying that, oh my god, we should be able to do all this in the middle of the Pride Parade, like right here, all the time. That's what we should be able to do. And it's just like, first of all, there's going to be kids present. And then there's people arguing, but the Pride Parade isn't for kids. It's like, no, it's supposed to be like empowering for the visibility of, LGBT people all across the globe. In which, now I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of you learned that you were part of this community well before you were an adult. And now you're trying to normalize it, so people who are living your struggle today don't have to live a struggle. They could just be like, "Hey, mom. Hey, dad. I'm part of the LGBTQ community," and they would be like, "Oh, that's interesting. Well, we still love you. We're still here to support you with anything you need because you are our insert gender title sex here." You know. So
Yeah.
kids are definitely a part of this because they just might want to be, seeing people who are like them and what they aspire to be, being successful, being happy, being normalized, etc., so on and so forth. I get it, but to say that the Pride Parade's not for kids, that's foolishness. That's weird. That's a bold faced lie. Like y'all are capping. Like just say you've never been to a Pride Parade at that point. Like
But kids, why is it so terrible for kids to see, sex? Sex is natural. Naked bodies are natural. I think that the establishment and society has brainwashed you into believing that these things are horrible when they should be celebrated.
and it's like, all right, so you want to have somebody out there getting their ass pounded out, or girls licking all over each other, and a 13-year-old's just like, I want to do that. Can I join now? Like, what are y'all really saying at this juncture? Like, y'all, like, just fuck it, just let kids go to strip clubs at this point. Like, there are boundaries here, and I feel like y'all are definitely trying to overstep them in the worst way. And even if you want to peel another layer of this onion back, then you got to start asking yourself the real question of, all right, so if y'all are okay with this, I feel like there's a slippery slope here because I
Mm.
don't know if you guys know this, but there's this law that a lot of people seem to have forgotten about called indecent exposure. You can't just be out here whipping the old cockola out or whipping the old bazungas out, or just let me see in a little too much of the vajayjay, as some people might call it back in the 90s. But you can't have the pussy popping on a handstand out there in the middle of the street in broad daylight. Come on now. You going to jail.
So, what do you think about this part of the discussion here? So, a lot of the people who are, saying this is not okay, are throwing out the argument of if you do the things that you do in public, like if you do things of a sexual nature out in public, and people like are around you while you do this, now you are forcing them to be a part of this sex act without their consent. How do you feel about that? I don't know. Like that argument is like it's weird to me. Like the consent part of it, I get it that you're like, they didn't consent to see this, but like saying like, hey, they're a part of this, you know, and they didn't consent to being a part of this act or whatever. It's kind of weird. Like I wouldn't say that they're a part of it directly, like they're around it. Um, I get what they're saying when they say they're a part of it, but like it's better to say that they're around it so that people don't get confused by the word like, a part, or like, they're like joining in on this or anything. Like they're not terms that are confusing other people. Like, they're around it and they didn't consent to see this. Like, I didn't consent to like walk around the corner and just see some like two like people like butt ass naked, just pounding it up in the streets. Like, nah, like it's cool. It doesn't matter
I wouldn't
who
really
you
say
are,
that's really
whatever. Right?
involvement, because I mean, if you take any other activity, you're not necessarily involved.
Exactly.
Like, because I see someone get shot, yeah, traumatizing maybe, but that doesn't mean I'm involved in the situation now.
Right, like you didn't consent to seeing someone get shot, but like that doesn't mean like you're automatically involved in the shooting because then that can go down like a stupid slope where you make arguments for a literal case that's happening here where a woman dropped off her friend at someone's house and she went home, but that friend murdered somebody after she got dropped off. And so the woman got arrested and put in jail because she drove the friend to the scene of the crime. But it's like this woman literally had no idea this was going to happen. Her like in like her brain, it was like, oh, I'm dropping off a friend at home, or I'm dropping off a friend at this place to do whatever they do for the rest of their night, and I'm going to go home to relax. And now all of a sudden, she's considered to be an accomplice because she happened to be in the area and bring the killer to the scene of the crime, which was like, okay, but she didn't know any of that was happening. She didn't like consent to being the driver
Well,
of
here's the
this
thing.
person to this,
Well,
like, you know what I'm saying?
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. That if you go through that logic, it's like, all right, was Delta Airlines responsible for September 11th?
Yeah, exactly. You go down
Like,
this like slope of like turning these these situations into like more complicated things that shouldn't be complicated in any way. Like Delta is not
or
technically responsible.
whichever
Yeah,
airline it may have been.
yeah, whichever airline is not, directly responsible for 9/11. Like they didn't know like that was going to happen unless you can prove it. They didn't know that was about to happen. So, you can't just be like, yeah, well, you guys, provided the plane, so
So what's up
you're
with
involved
that?
now. Mhm.
It's time to get investigated. It's like,
Seeing these people have sex out there, you didn't like physically go in there and be like, "Hey, stop having sex right now!" Like, because first off, I'm not gonna walk up to a bunch of people and be like, "Yo, stop having sex right now! I don't want to see this." Like, nah, I'm gonna be like, "All right, y'all, y'all are wild. Now I'm gonna leave."
y'all have a nice day. I'm gonna just go ahead and take the long way. Y'all got
Right.
whatever this is. Oh, this is I see. This is not Jensen. This is Stephen Ave. This I'm sorry.
Mm.
I don't want
All
to
right,
go
y'all
see.
doing that? Is that my car? You're on top of my car. All right, I'll call the cops and I'll just go ahead and walk home. Be like, all right, don't worry, officer. Just like I don't know, tow the car to my home later or something, or I'll come pick it up.
Nah. If they on top of my vehicle, I'm gonna have to fight them. I'm sorry. That
Could you imagine having to like throw hands with a naked person? Like get off my car.
look, I don't want to imagine that. But if I got like Tommy said, a homie's gotta do what a homie's gotta do. I am not about to have no ass cheek dents on the roof of my car, bro. It's not. It's not going down. I need to see y'all. Cause if there's any damages to my car, I would like to know who had to pay that deductible. I want to know who was about to
That's
pay
fair.
for it. Cause if I leave, I don't know who to charge anymore. If there's any damage, because I spent $650 on a fucking side mirror. Does anybody fucking
Oh my
remember that
god,
fucking plot
insane,
twist?
insane.
So that being said, if that's going on, what I'm not about to do is let two strangers banging it out cause me more financial pain, especially on the back end of a pandemic. It's not. That's exactly all the things we're not going to do. All right, it's just not
Well,
gonna
I'm
happen.
still gonna call the cops. Actually,
No,
shit, man.
I'm
I'm
calling the cops, and I said, you said, "Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but we gonna have to scrap." I'm just letting you know that right now. We'll settle the
right.
details when y'all get here.
I was gonna say I'll still call the cops so that there's like a police report so that nobody can sit there and do some he said she said like bullshit of like, nah man, this man is just crazy. And it's like, no. There are witnesses. Like there's a report here. There's documentation that states that you were on top of my car doing some hot nonsense and I had to give you the hand. So it's just fair.
I mean, it is what it is at that point. But nah, man, I've seen what ass cheeks can do to the top of a car. Right? I've seen people sit on the top of their car, and then the top of their car ain't flat no more, bro. I've seen it. So
Look,
yeah,
if you're with someone who's got cheeks that can do all that, you can definitely afford like a hotel or something.
see, that's what I'm saying, and like, here's the thing: you would think that these people just get a room, get a hotel, a motel, or do that weird thing where they take their car and go to like the top floor of a parking garage or something like that. But
Yeah.
somehow, some way, they need to be in the middle of the street in
Well,
broad
you see, you don't
daylight.
understand. They require like a dungeon with specific things. Actually, those things wouldn't be outside. Never mind. What am I
I was
talking
gonna
about?
say, those things would be outside. That's secluded. Like, what do you mean?
Like if they're outside, then we have more pressing matters to discuss
If
here.
you have a dungeon outside, first of all, it's not a dungeon, and second of all, y'all sell meth, bro.
Automatically, just sell meth. Like that's the only way this could happen.
Yeah, there's no in between here. You just sell meth. Sorry, I hate to break it to you, but that's what you're doing. By the way, I'm still tripping over the fact there's 4 seasons of a show called Boss Baby. I just want to make sure that is very clear and articulated to all of you. But anyways, continue.
I mean, that's it, man. Like, don't look if you are so horny that you like can't control yourself to go to a room and have some like privacy where you can do whatever it is you want to do with consent, then you may need to talk to a professional because that's not it's not good, and it's not good to just put people around that because first off, you don't know what these strangers have been through, right? Seeing something like that could like harm them in some kind of way. They might see something and it might remind them of a very terrible time in their life, or they might see it and like be like, well, I want some of that. You might see like a flood of incels around there or something like that who are just like, well, I want some of that, and then they might like lose their fucking minds, and then that's another problem. Overall, ah, like think about it. Go to a room. Like if you can't look, if you can't come back here tomorrow and say the same exact thing, like make the same exact decision, then maybe you shouldn't do it right away.
I just, I just don't get like why this is even a conversation. Like, who sees this, right?
I don't know. Some people you like the problem with like with social media, what social media gives us now is that it appears harder to just like disagree with someone or like say, hey, um that's weird. Like, you're being weird. You may think that everybody is on your side and that what you're saying is common, but it's not, and it's weird. And you got to calm down a little bit because 10, 20, maybe even like 30 other people who agree with that one person will show up on like their tweet or their Facebook post or whatever and be like, I agree. Yeah, we should just be like, why are they restricting us from having sex out in public? I want to fuck my wife, like some crazy shit like that. And it's like, you're also weird. Like you got to calm down. It's like you can do whatever you want with your wife at home, and that'll be totally fine. Like I don't know why the experience has to be in public, but at least have the decency to try to like hide it from us. So because we don't want to see that. Not all of us want to see that. Some people maybe, but not all of us.
I
And
just,
save the kids, please, from seeing your ass like just out there, just eating someone else's ass or something. Like,
especially because we know some of y'all who go into this thing, y'all gonna be liquored up. Y'all ain't gonna have self control,
yeah, we can. Oh my god.
and if you want to pass the buck even further, a lot of y'all got there 3 days, 4 days early to pregame, and y'all ain't showered in 72 hours. So like
No, no, not the smells.
I just feel like this is any social gathering. There is always that good handful of people who hygienically are challenged. All right.
Oh yeah, to see that's where the COVID part hits for me. What about all these dirty people who are just going to be doing stuff out in the open? Like what if they create like a new disease out there with how dirty they all are, and now we got to deal with that? Like we had a whole year of dealing with what a terrible disease does to the public when we don't know what to do with it yet. So we don't want that again already. Like please stop. Think about it.
I mean, hey man, our vaccinations, they're going up. We're like what at 38, 40 something percent. So I mean, hey guys, hey, you might get a little goose bug, go up walk 9,000 in the middle of the street. No, all right, let me stop.
How possible is it that like a dirty person is out here getting vaccinated though? If they can't even take the time to take a 2-minute shower, you think they're gonna go out of the way to book an appointment, go out to whatever place the appointment is at, wait the however many minutes they need to get the shot, go home, and then wait for another appointment a month later and actually go show up to the appointment? Like, come on, man, that's so many steps. Like taking a shower is too much work for them. So I don't expect them to do all this other shit.
Hey, but they'll get on a plane, a boat, 2 trains, and Uber. just to see the chance to to get some same sex booty.
I mean, yeah. To some people, booty is everything.
But like I hope y'all have a great time. Like I hope it's enjoyable. But I'm just like,
Not that enjoyable. That's what I'll say. Like,
look,
have a good
we
time. Have that good time in your hotel room.
look. I don't care if you're straight, you're part of the LGBT community. I don't care who you are. I do not need to be walking down the street, getting out of my job, getting in my car, and just see somebody climaxing in the middle of the street and like just they body twitching and writhing on the floor in pleasure. Like I don't.
Yeah, like what if your parents hear about your thoughts on this, and then they're like, "Yeah, actually, son, we should go ahead and do this in public. Don't worry."
So
And
here's
then
so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let's say y'all have your giant orgy in public, like, and then y'all get video. Like, did y'all not consent to the video? Like, I'm trying to figure out like how does this work?
yeah, shit, man,
Like,
that's another layer right
are
there.
y'all allowed to sue at this point? Or then like the legality of that is how could you sue when it's a video of you guys breaking the law and like what if it's someone who doesn't like you? Like, is it revenge porn at this point? Is it a hate crime? Like,
Hey, man, Hulk Hogan he took down Gawker with this kind of thing. So it's possible. Like, man, can you believe you were just trying to you were just trying to get a nut, and now you got a lawsuit on your hands? Isn't that crazy?
is that really where you want to be at this point?
Exactly. Is that what you want?
I mean, don't get me wrong. 2021 has been a wild ride through and through, but I just feel like we're at a point now where you got to start questioning these things, man. You got to start, having a deeper look at some of these things. Just ask, like, how did we get here? Because look, if you want to have an orgy in the middle of a pride parade, like, I just feel like your priorities were never about the pride parade. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
You just see this as a chance to basically use a don't ask don't tell grinder app in public. That's it. That's you just like, hey man, what you want to do? Hey man, whatever you want to do.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what you're here for. The actual parade is like a secondary thing to you at this point. It is something that is happening in the background while you're enjoying and devouring the main event. All right.
Yeah, if you're so horny that you're planning your like public sex at Pride like months in advance, then you got to take a break. Calm
It's
down.
it's like, man,
Really.
y'all don't even plan your futures this carefully. Like,
I mean, shit, for some people, yeah, that's true.
but much much like that type of thing, all things that are good must come to an end. And today marks the day where, yeah, we only had two podcasts in a row where we didn't have to take shots at Twitch and or YouTube, and somehow this episode both have decided that they are going to end that streak. So, for those of you who don't know, YouTube has decided that they're going to be taxing everybody worldwide and withholding taxes from payments from their ad revenue on the platform. So, what does that mean? Creators will be taxed, and it depends on their individual circumstances. So, basically, all YouTubers who are partnered or receive AdSense revenue are going to have to ask all those creators, are going to have to send in their tax information by May 31st, 2021. So, you have 4 days left. So, it can determine how much tax they need to withhold from your earnings. If creators don't send in their tax information by that date, YouTube will deduct 24% of worldwide, not just US based earnings. You may be saying, all right, well, how does this affect people? Well, you got to understand, YouTube is a global business. And you may be saying, no, you're not about to say what I think you're about to say. Yes, I am. If you are a Thailand YouTuber, you are about to pay US taxes on your AdSense earnings. Worldwide, YouTubers and content creators will be affected by this law because Google, being an American based company, all these people are going to be paying Uncle Sam. Now, YouTube will be deducting 24% of worldwide income, and this is for two reasons. First of all, 24% income is the standard amount of federal tax that self employed people with YouTubers are, apparently, according to the IRS. So you will be doing that with your 1099 forms, and you must pay. And second, if YouTube doesn't have a creator's tax information, it doesn't know where they file taxes, so it's possible they'd file in the US, and thus would need to pay 24% on all earnings, not just US revenue. So ultimately, some people are a little bit agitated by this, and rightfully so. And some people who are not going to speak the legalese of it may not even know what this truly even means. And yes,
Hmm.
there's going to be some people who are going to be pissed because they have not been paying their taxes on their YouTube revenue, even though they should, but they haven't been. And now that the taxes are being pulled out up front, now they're going to be absolutely livid. Because I told you, the IRS gonna get their money one way or another. Whether you like it or not, they gonna find a way. If they can't trust you to pay the taxes, they will literally just take them from you off top. So basically, you're working a 9 to 5 now.
Yeah.
Basically, the taxes are coming out of the check off top. So, is it a big deal? For the vast majority of really successful YouTubers, this is nothing because 90% of the YouTube is coming from deals, not AdSense revenue.
Yeah.
Coming from sponsorships, partnerships, and various other things of that nature, and raw donations from their fans, whether it be through Patreon, OnlyFans, Twitch donations, super chats on their live streams on YouTube, diversifying the income for their stuff, yada yada, so on and so forth. Appearance fees, being paid for gigs to do commentary for tournaments or host tournaments and events for gaming organizations across the globe. There's so many different ways that they can earn money that AdSense revenue being hit to 24% might take somebody down from 100K per year to like 96K per year because YouTube ad revenue is actually trash. Like, it's actually genuinely terrible. Like, you have to be like KSI, PewDiePie, Markiplier for you to even think about it paying the bills.
And on top of that, YouTube also doesn't want you to pay the bills with that because now they're just like, yeah, it's cool. You're a small channel and you're not part of our partner program. That's cool. We're gonna put ads on your video anyways now. So you don't have to be, someone who's making money off of us for us to put ads in your videos. We just really want to make the money off of your video, which drives me to believe, like, is YouTube okay? Like, why are they like going so hard trying to make like money off of these people who are like creating for them and whatnot. Like, hey, this person posted a video and it's only got like 200 views. It's like, that's cool, we're gonna put ads on it anyways because we need the money. And it's like, but you have like PewDiePie and KSI and there are all these people who are on your platform making tons of
Nah,
money.
who would have ever thought that Google of all corporations was gonna have to call JG Wentworth? I
Boy,
need cash now. Call JG Wentworth. Free advertisement right here. Give me that
you,
sponsorship, JG. Give me
you
that
know what's wild?
sponsorship. What's up?
I learned a very interesting fact this week, which is that famous Twitch streamer Alinity, she made an OnlyFans, right? And she has actually admitted that in the 3 months that she's had this OnlyFans account, she's made more money than her entire Twitch career, which is about like 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm telling you guys, look, I don't care what anyone says. Sex sells. And that's not just a slogan, that's just not a soundbite. That is the cold, hard truth. For a lot of people out there, you could be one of the most stoic heroes of the modern age, speaking up for the little man, speaking up for the little woman, any minority you can think of, and truly pulling them to a power position in the modern era of society. Some
That's
people
true.
will care. Some people will care. They'll give you your GGs, your handshakes, and your condolences. But if you whip out the titty, you suckle on some cock, you gargle some semen, you turn into a semen demon after dark. So many people who didn't give a flying fuck about whatever it is you did before. Now all eyes on you, like Tupac. All eyes on me. Like that's where you are now.
I wonder how much money these naked yoga video makers on YouTube are making off of ads, or any sort of revenue that they would get from their views on their videos, or maybe even sponsorships. If anybody's sponsoring that, that's crazy. But yeah, you ever wonder how much money they're making off of that? Because I mean, they somehow found the loophole to bust out a titty on YouTube, and they're like, yeah, we'll stay here.
All right, so here's the thing, right? There's a YouTube channel because when we talked about nude yoga last time, there's a show called the Naturist Living Show Unofficial, right?
Okay.
And it has 112,000 YouTube subscribers, right? And it's like, look, I'll click on one right here. It's called Nude Geo Coaching. I'm definitely clicking mute. And it's basically just teaching you a bunch of links of how to be a nudist, where to go, and it's just like a bunch of screenshots, and the video's like an hour long, and it's like they never really show anything necessarily too far. Then they have a podcast where it's just this dude who looks like he's in his like 50s, maybe 60s, just cock just letting it rock, and a woman who looks like she's in her 30s or maybe late 20s, just out here with the tits out. And they got like all this fancy recording equipment. They got a MacBook, they got two mixers, they got really fancy microphones, soundproof wall padding. And it's like, if you want to learn how to be a nudist, it's like, I didn't know that there was like a subculture behind being a nudist. I just thought you took the clothes off and you decided to say that feel the breeze between your knees. I didn't know there was like deep lore in a deep state of culture that
You
I
don't know
needed
the
to
half
know
of it,
about.
bro.
I sure don't.
Let
I
me tell you right
clearly
now.
don't.
Let me tell you about this wild scam that is somehow working so well, right? Usually this happens in some place in like like LA or somewhere in Cali, maybe even Texas now that Texas is becoming the more like popular place to be.
Mhm.
You are like some sort of therapist, or you're a healer, a sexual healer of sorts, and you now have this resort that is all about the woman attaining the most amazing orgasm in her entire life, and you have this cockamamie like process of like the man needs to like oil himself up and then subject himself to the woman and like all her needs, et cetera, and do all of these things so to make sure that his wife or his partner is, pleasure to the nth degree, right? People will pay money to be a part of this thing because they think that it like somehow these people are giving them the extra crazy, sex tips when it's like, yeah, just put some peanut butter on her and then whip out the mango and the watermelon and just, spread the juices over there, mix it in with the oil, that the special tantric oil that we have here. And, that kind of nonsense will come out. And people will spend upwards of like $3,000 to like $10,000 for these like resorts that allegedly teach them these things, and they'll preach the gospel like it's a cult.
Yeah, and then
And
and that's how you get the grapefruit technique.
yeah,
So let me teach you
there
how to do it. Yo, no, no.
like there was a woman who had that kind of scam going on, and she had like YouTube videos that were showing this whole like journey from these couples and whatnot. And it turns out that that woman was also a sex trafficker. So I don't know, man.
Hey man,
Uh,
look. I don't trust anybody I see in a 16x9 box. Like you got to do thorough. Like, look, bro. Look, we are in the 16x9 box right now, and look, I'm not saying trust us. What I'm saying is hear what we say, come to your own conclusions, and when you hear what we say and you agree, leave a like, leave a thumbs up. Put in the comment section below what made you laugh, what made you cry, what made you say, man, these brothers really get it. Or if you dislike it, come at us with some facts of your own.
mhm.
Maybe we were wrong. Maybe we misspoke. Maybe there was something that we didn't have all the information on. We can have a conversation and come to a peaceful set of discourse that is going to allow us to be better people walking away from it. Or just be like, hey yo, that shit was ass, bro. Turn it off, bro. Either way, we'll hash out our differences one way or another.
Exactly.
But like to just block look, I'm not trying to say Markiplier is anything like a bad person or anything, but some of the cult like people I see who like worship these
Oh
people,
man.
are weird to me, bro. And I mean for KSI, PewDiePie, even Keemstar, there's just some like Sonic
It's a
Fox,
whole different realm.
especially. There are just some people who it's just like, are y'all hypnotized? Are y'all okay? Are y'all allowed to be your own people, or are y'all just like mental slaves to the aforementioned content creators? Like, I'm just trying to figure out like how we got here on this journey, because I understand a lot of these people have these gigantic platforms and they're, big influencers, but they are just so fucking weird. Not the people, not the people who I named, but the people who are like worshiping online celebrities.
Yep.
Y'all motherfuckers creep me out. I just want to say that right now. Y'all are some weirdos. And I've had some weirdos who like have shown up at like conventions and they were just like, "Hey Kaiserin, hey, I just want to let you know that like I watch your videos like all the time, and I just like, don't get me wrong, I'm really flattered and I'm really happy to see that. But like when you start following me, like shadowing me around the convention center, like you're staying just close enough to be in my peripheral, but not close enough to interact, I notice you. And I'm just waiting on you to do something weird where I could justifiably just punch you in the throat. All right? I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I do not like
Look,
being
man.
followed. I do not like being followed like that.
Look, man. So there's a term that's pretty common now that reflects a decent amount of these people that for some reason is being like praised a lot. It comes from a song from a man who's known as Eminem or
Oh boy.
Marshall Mathers to some, right? It's a song about a man who happened to write a few letters to his favorite rapper and was like, "Hey, man, like you understand me, you get me, dude. Like we are best friends. Yo, I went to your show and I like I saw your foot and like you waved at me a little bit, like or maybe we made eye contact. Like hey, man, it's crazy." And that man went on to do some wild things, right? The song was called Stan. And now, that bred this term, Stan, where, you're a part of this community where you love this celebrity, this group, or whatever so much that you're just basically obsessed with it. And people are like, yeah, I'm an Ariana Grande Stan. It's like, do you want to be that? Like, do you do you want to be obsessed with Ariana Grande, or do you want to like do other things with your
Like,
life?
I remember when I went back under my old moniker of Preon, and you've met some of the people who would just randomly pull up on me.
Yeah, I sure have.
And I was like, I don't know what's going on here. Like I don't like I just don't feel like, and this like you ever heard about the one dude who just wanted to like give me a bunch of like free stuff? The dude was like, "Hey man, I see you've been working hard on your stream. Like I want to give you this headset, you know what I'm saying? I want to give you a microphone." And like I'm like, I don't want to be indebted to a stranger. Like, don't get me wrong, like I appreciate it, but like I don't even live here. Like, you think I'm about to carry all this equipment back on a plane? That's foolishness. I'm not about to do all that.
I mean, I will. You'll never find out where I live. Actually, no, you're on the internet. I'm sorry. I'm afraid. Leave me alone.
But no, like, all right, so the microphone, I already had a microphone that was better than that. Headphones, all right, so like there was no reason for me to necessarily take it. So I was like, look, man, I appreciate it, but I want you to go ahead. I want you to keep this. He's like, oh, okay. Okay. He's like, I just want you to know that you're really special to me, man. And I'm like, I don't know you, but I'm glad that my content has been able to put you in such a mood that you're like, you feel as though I'm special. Thanks a lot, man. And, just try to keep the conversation moving. And then, like, later on in the tournament, he was just like, yeah, like, if you ever need anything, I got you. I was like, all right, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? And then somehow one thing led to another. And then he's just like asking people who I was at the con with, like, hey, am I single? And like, you think I could suck his dick by the end of the night? And I'm just like,
Oh, hey, hey, yo. It's like relax, person. I don't know.
it's like, can you at least get to know me first? Like, holy shit, my guy, like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
Mm.
I don't even. It's like, sir, I don't even swing this way. Like, how did? Where did we?
It's like I don't know what you got too. Like, whoa, let's relax here. Whoa.
Let's slow it down. Like, what are we really doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over here trying to run an event, and you over here talking about like, nah, I don't have time.
We all know that one movie where that lady liked a book so much from an author so much that she kidnapped him and basically abused him and was like, "You're gonna write me another book," and he's just like, "Huh? I don't know you. I'm your biggest fan. Write me a book." It, we've all seen the show You.
And
You know.
we've all seen the show Law and Order SVU. So like, what I'm not about to do is end up on any of these shows. Any of these, there's not about to be a documentary on me where that starts off with "he was a good man."
Hmm.
Nah, is the word we're looking. That is the operative verb, not was. I did not exist in a past tense. All right, not for quite some time. Let's just get that 110,000% straight. All right.
Exactly.
Oh,
Like
and apparently California just had an earthquake in Los Angeles.
um,
It was it,
crazy.
yeah, it was a 2.6. So like it's not necessarily tiny, but it's definitely something that most Californians are like, all right, keep it moving. Like if it's anything under like a 4, keep it moving. All
I
right.
mean, hey, they're on that fault line, so they took the risk.
Would it be like that? Would it be like that? Whether you like it or not. It's that's just life. But yeah, back to the yoga thing that we took a long jump away from. Yeah, so there is a channel that's also called Naked Yoga that has 8.5 thousand subscribers. Where it's just out there, bro. Like they are spreading the lips. The titties are percolating in 4K. Like they gotta go. They know the hustle, and these videos are about. Some of these are like a week or two old, and they have the organic growth of averaging over 80K views to 100K views. The one where she spread eagle and just got the goo-wop hanging out, it has 1.2 million views. And this is a channel that started a month ago, and it's got 6 videos. And the 6 videos, if you add up all their runtime together, have a grand total runtime of about 8.5 minutes.
8.5. Come on, man. Yeah, you
No,
you
that's
know why
total.
they're here.
The first video is 2 minutes 49 seconds. There's another video that's a minute 46. The one that has 1.2 million is 2 minutes 51 seconds, and then the other three are 35 seconds, 54 seconds, and a minute 39. And ironically enough, the one with the lowest views is the ones where she's wearing clothes. The ones where she has no clothes, the lowest I see is 180K views. The one where she's wearing lingerie, 93K views. The one where she's wearing just regular clothes, they don't even have 20K put together.
Yeah, you know why they're there. You know why people are here. Like, boy, y'all are horny on YouTube? That's crazy. On YouTube? Like, like you got the whole internet to yourself. You'll be okay. Like you can. There are other places. There are better places actually. You know, YouTube is not the one. Maybe back in the day, but nah, not now. They're watching. They know. They understand. They've got people who are like, no, you can't have those boobies on here. Sorry.
So apparently, so I see the thumbnail for this video, and it looks like a girl is just getting fingered. So I'm just gonna
All right. Well,
uh,
that
that
sounds like
that
one of those videos for that cult that I was mentioning to you.
that concludes my research on naked yoga on YouTube. That's right, folks. YouTube, like anybody who's an NRS gamer and you're playing MK11, how dare you show a fatality? Demonetized. How dare you showcase a fatal blow or crushing blow? How dare you? But the titties percolating, looking real nice, swinging like jello, things popping like jam, the goo wop being fingered into oblivion. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Run a Gillette ad.
It's for educational purposes.
It's to get educated. Yes, to increase the intelligence. There you go. See the IQ go up. Exactly. Learn how to breathe better, be better. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Who cares? It's all good over here. But
That's anime logic right there.
now anime logic is who care? Who needs a government when you could be the school president, bro? There are so many animes where the school government council, that's the only thing that matters. They beat God. All right, that anime world is wacky. Yes, but it's not this. It's not this. But anyway, pushing past that, like speaking of NRS, since we done brought it up, we might as well jump
Mm,
into this. So
mm.
Maximilian Dude, who, let's face it, at this point, is probably by far and large away the number one content creator as it pertains to fighting game related things. And I'm not here to say that he's always right. I'm not here to say that he's good at his job. I'm not here to piggyback off of him. I'm not here to say that he's bad at his job. This is not even related into him as a person, as a content creator. He does a lot of work, works hard, does everything that you could possibly do to better not only for him, but to put on for his boys. And that's something I can commend and respect. He never forgot his homies, never forgot where he came from. Just wanted to put that out there on the outline. But someone
I,
who ain't never not bothered no one, not ever, not never before, not never since, decides that he wants to run Mortal Kombat X, Maximilian Presents Twitch Rivals, right? Everybody for the NRS community was like, yeah, woo, MKX. A lot of those people who, if we keep it a whole Kobe bean, And I don't know how many of you are NRS heads in the chat, but y'all can clip this and y'all can take it to whoever you want to take it to. The majority of people who say they like MKX, Injustice 1, and MK9 so much only say that because if you go back in the day, a lot of people were playing on super laggy big HD TVs, so they couldn't react to nothing, and the only thing you needed to be a really good player and win about all your games online was have one good BNB and know how to punish teleports. And if you could do that, you looked like a god on every single platform you played on. That's all you needed. Now that we have all this knowledge, better netcode, you release those same games in the exact same state they were in, y'all would never want to fight Doomsday, y'all damn sure would have never wanted to fight Bane, and y'all would have been bent over a table and absolutely railroaded and goo-wopped by a man known as Cabal. Because let's face it, folks, the hitbox was brand new to the scene back then, folks. Now people are able to do what people were doing on hitboxes back then on pad with great regularity. It wouldn't be the same. It would not be the same. I'm telling you that right now. Now, me personally, I still like the older games. But I see a lot of people saying that they like the older games because they were more balanced.
all right, y'all lying though.
Y'all just lying to God?
They weren't more balanced. They were more fun.
And fun, like this thing, fun, that's a whole subjective thing. I'm not gonna get into that argument. But when people are saying that they're more balanced, I'm like, where is it? I'm looking for it. Where is the line of coke that you just did? Oh, it's up your nose, clearly. But anyways, back to home base. Just wanted to get that little aside, that little journey out of the way. We're back home now. We brought it back. So, Mortal Kombat X had a Twitch Rivals tournament presented by Maximilian called MKX Lives. Now, as we know in the NRS community, we talked about this, like 15, 20 episodes ago? About people who would DDoS people in the scene, like, Echo Reborn, he was DDoSed. Various others have been taken out, just in the middle of their stream, just trying to provide content for, their communities. And they were basically just castrated and said, no, you're not allowed to stream today. But as soon as they switched to another game that wasn't an NRS related game, they miraculously just be left alone. Weird how that works. But anywho, Maximilian Dude, once again, most of y'all know him, guy who had no problems with nobody. All of a sudden, tournament can't run. Players are getting DDoS. People are getting hit up. People are getting lit up. People are getting thrown out of their own internet connection, and the tournament cannot progress. Then you start looking at the chat. You start looking at the chats of the people who are streaming the event. You start looking at the chats of the people who are playing in the event, and somehow their personal information, their address, their real name, where they went to school, and all these things just start popping up in the chat. They're being doxxed as well. So I'm just like, look, I understand that the NRS community can't have nice things. It's one of the biggest memes walking in the FGC. But like, when are we going to like start taking action? And I'm not saying like, oh, we gotta do things and move in a different way. Like, when are we gonna take preventive action? Like, invest in a VPN. Just if you know that you can and will be targeted, you're just gonna have to take that step. That's number one. We shouldn't have to, but just for precautionary measures, you're gonna have to take that step. That's number one. Number two, when we out these people who DDoS, when we out these people who are doing these things like doxing, we need to start taking them to task, not just ban them from the community. I'm talking about get the shovel and bury their ass in lawsuits, send their ass to jail, bring up some legal issues, have some real concrete ramifications for their actions. Because a lot of it is just, yeah, I did it. People paid me to do it. And you can say it live on Twitch and nobody does a thing. And there are some cases where some people are very afraid of these script kiddies, and they're like, no, sir, don't DDoS me. I'll follow you on Twitter, sir. And like, how you DDoS people and garner clout? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, where we do that at. That's just mondo weird to me, but somehow, some way, that's where we find ourselves in 2021. So I'm not really sure. Like, I understand people are lazy. No one wants to do the work. People aren't, combative or confrontational, or they're squeamish of having to get their hands dirty for results. But that's a whole other argument of like, y'all have to do something. Like, do something. Sorry, you can't just sit back there and just be clean all the time. Sometimes you have to get your hands dirty, which is why I'm convinced that some of y'all would have never made it in the old era. Like, I don't know if y'all remember like 2006 to like 2011 YouTube, where it was the Wild Wild West. Everybody had their hand on their hip and had their holsters ready, and anybody could get it. And not only could you get it, you could get it in HD. You can get it in SD. You can get it in quadrivision if you want. Because why? Because back in the day, you can make an unsolicited reply to someone's video. There was a button where you could make a reply video to somebody, and you would get a notification, so-and-so replied to you in big bold letters, and you would click on it, and it would be another video telling you how shit your video was. Let me do it better.
Yep. Man.
Y'all
Why
couldn't
did they
have.
get rid of that?
Y'all, in no way are any other people who create content now, 99% of y'all were not built for that era. You couldn't have done. You couldn't have lived that. You would not have eaten at the table. You just wouldn't have. Y'all talk about the mental health issues y'all got going on today? Nah, bro. Nah, we're not gonna take it to that dark place. We're just not gonna take it to that dark place. But the fact that these people are getting DDoSed, and like, here's the thing. So Maximilian, basically, they've come out and said that they're going to do the tournament at a later date, right?
Mhm.
Let me tell you what the plan should be. If you're not invested in a VPN, forget the live part. Call up your commentators. Call up the people who you're going to have who are still left in top 8, or the bracket matches you have left to do. Get them all on a private Discord, and run your event as a local recording, and then release the VOD on YouTube at a later date. Because here's one thing that we know about the NRS community and about the people who've been DDoSing it. Just because you decided to delay it to a later date, you think they're going to stop? These people who've been DDoSing you still have Twitter. They sitting up there with their feet kicked up right now, talking about some, I'll wait. Whenever y'all start, I'll be back on mine. Y'all won't be online though, because I'm going to cancel it again. So y'all better have some sort of precautionary measures taking place Otherwise, you're going to have deja vu. I have been in this place before. That's going to be y'all part two Electric Boogaloo. And that's not where you want to be. I wouldn't want to be there.
Twist. They're gonna fly everybody who's left in top eight. They're gonna fly them all out to one location. IRL finals. That's right. That's right. It's now not an online tournament anymore. That's right. That's what you fools have done. You've brought back an in-person tournament for MKX.
And then you
And
know what's going
so
to happen?
what?
Look, I'm not trying to insult the intelligence of the NRS gang. All right. I understand we got a lot of intelligent brothers and sisters out there, but you know damn well at that point people are going to start thanking the DDoSers for bringing back offline FGC.
You know,
You know this is an episode of Invincible. Think, fraudulence, think. That's what they're gonna do, man.
man, I'm
And
not
then
I'm not going to be concerned with the
Johnny Bozo, whoever is doing the DDoSing, is gonna pop out the womb talking about some. You're welcome. I knew I could bring it back. My job here is done.
I'm not going to be concerned with the opinions of the shoobies out here who are just bad take machines out here. You know, oh man, bless that man for DDoSing the tournament because now we don't have to play online anymore. We can go outside. That's right, we can go outside and have real tournaments outside. And it's like, all right, bro, you could have ran a tournament in your basement if you wanted it that bad. See who shows up.
You think these people are gonna run a damn thing? You what? Nah, bro. Nah.
Then they would have to gain perspective on what it takes to run a tournament, But yeah,
Yo, look, as someone who's been a TO, yeah, look, you already know I have very, very thin patience when it comes to people who are ignorant or just stupid on purpose. Running fighting game tournaments is got to be the epitome. Like that's got to be like the safe haven for ignorance. Like I don't know how people will pull up to these tournaments and say some of the dumb stuff that they do or come up with the wackiest like in their head like their own head canon of what the rules were. Like clearly you must have read them. People come in there talking about, "Oh, I got bodied in winners. Is it okay if I drop out the tournament now and get my money back?" What?
money back. Excuse me. Have you been here before? Are you new?
Because there's no conceivable way that you go tell me you played and then you found out, oh, they really bout that over here. Let me go ahead and skedaddle. Can I get my money back?
Do the terms for tournaments ever actually mention that refunds are not like you can't get a refund for losing and stuff like that? Because
It's one of
I
those
know that
things. It's one of those things where a lot of tournaments do not put that in their rules because it should go without saying. But I
yeah.
think people really are underestimating how stupid people can be.
Yeah.
Cause you'll get that one person who's that Karen who comes through the door talking about some. Well, that's not on the page. You'll get that Kevin who'll be like, I didn't see that. That's not on the page. I didn't finish the whole tournament, so like, I should get my money back. Like, you will have those people.
And you know what we say to those people? Oh, no, thank you. You can go ahead and leave, go home if you want to, or you can play your losers match. It's up to you, but you're not getting money back for losing. Like
That,
that's a
that's, that,
stipulation of
that's like going
competition.
that's like going to the movie theater, sitting through half a movie, then coming back talking about something. Yeah, that movie was ass. Can I get my money back? Like, nah, bro.
Right.
Like, for example, I don't know. There was a Reddit post that got dug up not too long ago of a person who was working at a movie theater during the time of Sausage Party, and he
Oh,
would literally
jeez.
have to tell people, "Look, if you don't like it after the first 30 minutes, I will get you your money back. But this is not a movie for kids." Because there'd be grandmas, there'd be parents who just
Jesus.
saw CGI movie and would bring their kids thinking that it was one thing, and then they would get in there, and then it wasn't the thing, and now they're coming at me mad as hell when all they had to do was just do a little research. A Google search would have told you what this was really about. Especially if you didn't show up on release night and you like waited a couple days, you definitely would have figured this out with a Google search, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "Oh, it's CGI movie, so clearly it must be fine." And then there would be some cases where the dude brought up like they would watch the whole movie, they would see the orgy scene and everything, the whole film. They'd come out asking for their money back, like, "Nah, you watched it, you watched that."
But I didn't enjoy it, sir. I thought I was paying my money for the enjoyment.
Hold the L, sir. Hold the L. Get bodied, ma'am. Get
Yeah, that's right.
bodied.
This wasn't like a Serbian film. It didn't, traumatize you. Get on out here. Now, if someone accidentally like screened a Serbian film instead of Sausage Party, now, yes, sir, please, you know what? You can get your money back plus interest because we fucked up. All
Oh,
right.
oh, 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 what's that? Your kid was in there? All right, we might actually have a lawsuit in our hands. Shut her down.
Hmm.
But speaking of traumatizing things being broadcast on the airways, so there's like a weird gray area where, like, I know we've talked about IRL Twitch several times on this podcast, but there are some interesting interactions that happen, and there was one that caught my eye because it is disgusting that this happened. Like I don't understand how this is still on the platform, but I understand it might still be on the platform because someone might have to press charges at some point. I don't know how necessarily the legal system works over there in Thailand, but there was a streamer who lives in Thailand, and they were doing their IRL thing. And for those of you who know what IRL streams are, that's where they have a camera with them as they do their day to day life or just walk around the city, go shopping, doing whatever it is they do. And in the background, you will see that there is one random dude who looks like he is a meth addict, number 5, who's just like, like, y'all think I'm making up. That's literally what he's doing in the background, just like in a intoxicated stupor, is what it looks like, while he's carrying everything he owns in like a trash bag that's filled with newspapers because he's homeless, and it's really weird. And the streamer makes eye contact with the dude. And it's like, please don't touch me. You're weird. Like, like, don't touch me. And she's definitely very uncomfortable and tries to like speed walk past him, right? So then as she walks past him, she's got the camera on herself and she's like really freaked out and really weirded out. And the dude starts like going, like, dude looks like fucking Batman villain. Like, he just cracked out of his mind. And like starts like weirdly walking just slightly faster than she was. Now, if I was her, I'd have just sprinted at that point. Fuck the stream. Fuck that shit. I'll catch my breath 6 blocks away if I have to, but I'm getting away from this fucking weirdo. I'm gonna tell you that shit off top. Now, I'm not trying to victim blame because no one could have predicted what happened next. But eventually, she's talking to her stream, so she may not even be paying attention to what's going on in her rear view of her camera. I don't know how her camera setup is. Maybe she can't see the screen and look behind her at the same time. But eventually, it gets to a point to where she's walking, and then the dude just he comes underhanded and just gets in there, bro. Like he gets a big grope or something. And then that's when she freaks and says, "Get away from it!" And then like starts sprinting at that point. And I said, like, me personally, I'd have been sprinting long before that, or otherwise I'd had to box that man. Like if I was a woman and I don't know what this meth addict is on, because as we've all talked about, meth strength it's inconquerable. A meth addict has no, and I mean no cap to their strength. They'll fight Superman and think it's just normal. I'm convinced that kryptonite is just meth. All right, it's just green meth.
I mean, yeah, honestly. So on camera, she was like, she was saying please get away from me, please don't touch me, and stuff like that. Before this dude like just came in and just grabbed a handful. And it's really really like heartbreaking to see because like as soon as this happens, this dude just kind of like speeds off. And this woman's like she's distraught. She's like trying to like
But here's the
really
crazy thing though. Like I said, I don't know how the justice system works in Thailand. Maybe this motherfucker like knows nothing will happen to him because this clearly was not the first time he's done this.
right.
Because my man did it, turned around, looked at her, was like, ha ha, and then like sauntered off. Like he didn't sprint like he had somewhere to be. Like he didn't like get up out of there like he was need to disappear in the night. He walked off like, "I'll be here when you get back." To it's like it was really weird, bro. Like it was really strange. I would play the clip because it is on Twitch right now. But at the same time, I don't want to have sexual assault video on my page. Like I just don't feel like
Yeah.
I feel like that's in very poor taste. If you guys want to see it, y'all can look for it on your own. Maybe I could put a link in the YouTube description when the VOD drops. Maybe I'm not sure because I really don't want to hence have any meditated to that. But you know, it's very unfortunate that happened, and it's still on the platform. But once again, if sexual assault is on the platform, I don't understand why some people like you literally have literal sexual assault on your platform, but somebody playing a soundbite from a song could get their channel banned. I'm just saying, different
Well,
rules for
see,
folks here.
it's a weird situation because, like, are they gonna ban her for live streaming while she got assaulted? Like that's a bad look. I mean, like, okay, well, this dude grabs her butt, right? Like, are they gonna like,
Like, are
uh,
they going to use
uh,
that as evidence? Like, because if you delete it, then they may not have the evidence. Because clearly you might need the VOD. So let's what's the gray? Like, there's a big gray area here on what Twitch is even supposed to do. Now, this is one of the ones where I can give Twitch some slack because this is
right?
kind of unprecedented. This is a huge gray area here. But like, we've
But
seen
like they
we've
should have people on staff who can deal with situations that are like nuanced like this, and at the very least have someone like send her a message, be like, hey, like first take down the video, but like hey, be like, hey, we took down the video from like public view, so like this video is locked or whatever, so that the public can't see it anymore, and we made sure that the clips are gone too, but we're not deleting the video from our servers. We're like keeping it because this is a very horrible situation, and if you need to use this for legal purposes, we have it for you.
but see, here's the issue
And
though.
then
Here's the issue though. This happened in Thailand.
right.
So I don't know how
So
I don't know necessarily know how many eyes from Twitch are going to be on this for one. That's number one. Number two, this is a thing that's about nuance. We've seen Twitch mess up black and white issues.
yeah.
So like
Uh,
any nuanced subject matter, like I'm not sure. I'm not trusting them. All right, like I'm just not. I'm not trusting them.
well, hey man, maybe they learned from all those situations that they got into, right? They had to have learned something, right? Right.
See, you say that, right? Like you say that. You say that, but no, I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Yeah, honestly, I think what'll realistically happen with Twitch is that if anything, like once this gains like more popularity and it gets to the Twitch, heads or whatever, when they see this, they're just gonna delete the clip. But a bot will probably like auto ban the channel or something stupid like that. At the very least, they're gonna delete the clip and then they're gonna maybe issue some kind of statement related to these kinds of clips being on the channel or being streamed or whatever, and then they'll like hope that people like forget about it pretty much because they can't do anything legally about it. Twitch doesn't really have the jurisdiction to contact like a Thai law enforcement and be like, hey, this happened, maybe you should do something about it or whatever, right? So ultimately Twitch is going to either do nothing or they're just going to do something that's like drastic and bad.
Look, all the things that are under the nomenclature of doing the right thing, I just don't trust Twitch with. Like any words or any name you could affix to anything under "do the right thing" is not something I see Twitch doing. Because I mean, let's face it, folks. We have the whole thing with the pronouns thing that they just added that people have been asking for since like 2015, and now
They're
and now they finally did it. They found a way to even fuck that up. So like, once again, your guess is as good as mine on what we're really doing here on this platform or what the platform itself is doing. when it comes to managing their community. Because every time they get something that looks like it should just be a simple layup, like something that you can't mess up, it's literally just falling into your lap. It should be like silly putty in the hand. Somehow it ends up on the floor over here at Twitch. Somehow, some way. So in a situation that has any sort of any nuance, I, I I just don't see Twitch making the right call. I just don't. Speaking of which, one of the NRS homies, D7X, he got banned from Twitch. Now you may be saying, what did he get banned for? And this is a good example of what I mean when I say Twitch and doing the right thing just don't go hand in hand. So somebody was on his channel and they were very upset at him because I don't know if he beat him in a game, but they were basically just upset, right? And he said that he was going to Art the Clown them. Now you may be saying, what the fuck is Art the Clown? I don't know what that is. Well, Art the Clown is basically a movie villain from a horror movie series I forget the name of, but D7X is a big fan of it. And Art the Clown is basically like he chainsaws people in half, he turns into an alien, he melts people's skin, the whole nine of killer, psycho, demon clown, right? All those
Hmm.
things. He said, and what he said was, I'm gonna Art the Clown you, random peon, right? And apparently, random peon was so upset that he was going to be Art the Clown that he reported his channel, and without question, D7X was Thanos snapped from Twitch.tv.
From one report?
That's what I don't know if the guy had a report bot or what. But to my knowledge, D7X has had zero problems with anybody. I've watched his streams. He has rarely ever even been brought up as someone who has any problematic tendencies. But after this interaction, as soon as that interaction had happened, gone. They got him up out of there. They kept it moving after that point.
How long is the ban? Like, is it like a
No, like
couple of days ban,
his
or
channel is gone.
it's gone?
Yeah,
Like,
like he had to make another Twitch channel, which technically is not what you're supposed to do because if they find out that it's still you, you will get banned again. But
hmm
I'm not gonna tell you where to find it. I ain't no snitch. I'm just saying.
man, gay fetus got banned indefinitely for having the name gay fetus. So
But
I
y'all
believe everything
approved
you're
it
saying.
though. That's what's weird. It's like, but y'all approved. Y'all allowed that to come through the cracks. Y'all could have told the man, "Hey, bro, the jig is up."
Right.
But it's just bad. Like, for example, in Knockout City, I posted a screenshot earlier. Now, some of y'all may not have seen it. By the way, Knockout City is a fantastic game. It is currently free to play for the next 3 days. I highly suggest that if you want to get a free sample, you jump in, you have fun. It's futuristic dodgeball. It's kind of like Jet Set Radio meets Deathball. It's really cool. It's really fun. It's really easy to get into, but there's a huge skill ceiling. But you can obviously play it at a casual level, still have a great time, still have good laughs, party up with the squad, chill, and just crack open a cold one and have a great grand old gay time. It's perfectly fine. Throw balls in another man's face. Throw balls in another woman's face. Hey, you're a woman, throw balls in another person's face. We all got balls. They're all hard, they're heavy, and they're locked and loaded, and they're coming for everyone. Now that's how you do an advertisement. But that being said, yeah, great game. But anywho, the screenshot was a guild or a crew, as they're called in Knockout City, called Thick Niggas. Now you may be saying, I know what they did. They changed the I to a 1. No, they just added another G. That's all it took. I don't know who comes up with these censors, right? I don't, but clearly it needs work. Look at this. I'll put it on the screen for y'all. Oh yeah, we bodied him, by the way. Me and Trey Pound, shout out Trey. But look at this though. Look at this. Look at it. They were really out here, bro. And all they had to do
Oh,
was add a G. Like, come on.
that's
Like,
difficult because they would have to either have something that checks for any words that would have
no,
like the combination of.
All you need to do is anything that says NIGG. If there's NIGGGA, get rid of it. NIGGA, get rid of it. N1GGA. Like, there are there's like a combination of about 14 to 15 ones that you really need to look at.
Yeah, but what about words like niggardly?
Anyone who has ever used niggardly in a video game knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. Don't you start.
All right. Look, man, there are some weirdos out there who like, use that in their vernacular, like the intended way, and have no idea that sounds like a little something not good.
Look, I am 100% on board that, like, that is a.
Usually those people are not from the US, by the way.
I'm very well aware. I'm very well aware of that. All I'm saying is you could use miserly, you could use parsimonious, close-fisted, a penny pincher, a cheapskate. Hell, even throw out one of the weird ones like cheese pairing, bro. But that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. That word is off the table, all right?
Look, man, the game is brand new, man. You got to give them a month at the very most to see what they're going to do about these things. Of course, people are going to act up at first to see if they can, and then you know maybe they're going to like permaban those people or something crazy like that. But you got to give them time. It's brand new, so you can give them a little time to adjust and be like, "Whoa, how did that slip? How did that get there?"
Look, we had to beat another dude named Big Lipped Coon. All right, bro. Like it's
All right,
wild out
bro.
here, bro.
Look, man.
There are some people out here.
It's
Okay.
week one, man. It's week one. They're trying to get these people to get it all out of their system, and then they're gonna throw down the ban hammer on all those people. Be like, "Yeah, we saw it. Yeah, you thought you could get away with that console ban."
Like they're really about to be a crew out here named Coonery Buffoonery, fam. It's about to happen, bro. It's going down. Is that really what you want? Is that the hole we want to dig ourselves in 2021?
Look, man, I don't want it, but it very well could happen with the first week. So,
I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. But as we said before earlier, with the whole if sex sells narrative that's been going on, a lot of people have been saying that, oh no, the beach and the Twitch. Oh no, there's hot tubers on Twitch. No, not the hot tub streams. No. Look, I'm gonna keep it a whole once again, keep it a whole Kobe bean with y'all. So anything that was making money hand over fist, anything that was actually getting a lot of eyes on the platform, on a platform that Amazon has already admitted through the data loses money, because yes, Twitch actually operates at a loss. It does not actually generate money. Like it's actually operating at a loss. Amazon's losing money on this. So anything that was going to make money hand over fist, and it wasn't necessarily the most obscene thing of all time, you thought they were going to shut it down. You thought they were going to backtrack on that. You thought they were going to enforce rules that were going to have a pushback on the ability to make streams like that.
no, man, Twitch is
Y'all,
now getting more popular. So,
y'all funny. Y'all ha hilarious. That's what y'all hilarious with 4 ha's on that motherfucker. Let me tell you that right now. Cause the moment I saw just how much viewership a lot of these channels were getting, like there were some people who were like regular average Joe great gamer streamers who were averaging like 4 15 16 views, but once they took off the shirt and started getting the titty meat looking just right while they're right, I don't know where they're all getting this floating banana inflatable thing from. I'm not sure where that started, but like they're all riding it like.
Walmart. It's at Walmart, man. It's at Walmart. It's at Target. They're all here for you.
All right. Well, riding your phallic objects. Who's got the pickle? Who's out here riding Devil Joe in the fucking pool? Huh? Let's talk about that. Anyway, that's not here. Anywho, yeah. So once we all knew that this was happening, we knew it was only a matter of time before Twitch had to take action. Now, some people thought that they were going to somehow exfoliate the platform and scrub them out of existence. And most of us were like, all right, how are they gonna like make a loophole here so these streams are fine and they continue to exist on the platform? Because there's this narrative that has been brought up multiple times that Twitch should be just for gamers, gaming. And it's like, look, man, we got people who do reaction videos where they literally just steal other people's content and just literally sit there with a stone face for 25 minutes and occasionally chuckle. This is the same platform that has people who literally just sit there in front of a microphone and go, "Hey, how you doing? Was your day good? Let me lick the microphone." And they call it ASMR. Yeah, doing that thing you're doing right now. Then you got people who come on the platform and they're in the just chatting section where they don't even have to be able to spell the word video game as long as they can keep a conversation with their viewers and community for 20, 30 minutes at a time. Then you got like people out there who literally sleep. It's a camera that's on them where they sleep. Like they're not doing anything, you're just watching some girl sleep. And then you'll have other streams where it'll be someone who's literally just like eating. Like they're not even interacting with the chat. They're just eating. You're just watching somebody literally consume food and get their daily calorie intake on stream. So this whole narrative of the platform is just for gamers, that has died for years.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might have had this argument in 2014 all the way up to at the latest 2017. Even then, it's very doubtful. But you could have at least tried to stand on that, on those weak legs. You could have stood your ground there, maybe. But now, nah, bro, nah, it's over. That is over. That ship has long since sailed. Twitch is now if you're live and you can do it, and it's not got the goo wop out on the platform. It's not got crazy nipples or cooch or caulking bowls all over the screen. Then hey, it's A-OK in our book. Throw it up there. So much so that they've even started to be a little bit more lax on their enforcement of, not showing too much cleavage, not showing off too much bun, etc., so on and so forth. That now you can go to the beach. You may be saying, what do you mean? There's actually a category now. You can actually go to the beach and hot tube section. That's the thing. Like, you can literally go up to the top right now on Twitch and go to the search section. And remember how there was just chatting? Well, now there is beach, hot tub, pool section on Twitch. And if you open it up, you will see some people who are clearly taking the piss by just showing, like, just having their backdrop be Arnold Schwarzenegger at a beach. There's one person out there who just has an episode of Baywatch running on fucking loop, which somebody got to be getting sued for copyright there somewhere. You got one person out there who is just a dude who, like, generic white neckbeard dude, just sitting in what looks like a makeshift, like, inflatable pool, wearing a bra. Like, yeah, look at me. Yeah, I'm making fun of him. Yeah, y'all know what this section is. Woo! Like, that's his stream. That's what
You're very funny.
That's what he's got going on over there. But hey, he's in the top 6 view hot tub streams right now. So hey, man, go get your money. Go get it. And then the top 4 streams, when I checked earlier before the podcast, were exactly what you thought. They had the banana floaty. They were riding it. They were licking it. They were like, hey, if you donate, I'll change bikinis. I'll even get the string bikini. Like, I'm just sitting here like, oh man, they have really gotten this thing optimized. They've gotten this. There's one chick who has a machine that's literally just like a big paper plate with 8 sections marked, and it's like she'll spin it every time someone makes a $20 or higher donation, and she spins it, and if it lands on cat ears, she will take off her little weird little ears, put them down, pick up the cat ears, put them on. If it lands on cow ears, bloop, put the cow ears on. And there's one where if we get 60 subs by the end of the night, I'll switch into a looter bikini. Like, they know what's going on. Twitch knows what's going on. they're not going to stop it, because even if you go back way back into some of the earlier days of Twitch, like 2012, 2013, 2014, there were already streamers who would easily try to get their community to get into these donation battles with each other so they could be biggest penis in chat, biggest dick in chat, husbando in chat. Y'all saw these. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So this slippery slope is just gotten to this. All right, we are way down at the bottom of the iceberg at this point, and I would say by like 2028, we'll probably have Twitch After Dark. There probably will be a time where you can take your entire community on a journey to the penetration station as you bed whatever feisty vixen is coming to your life, as you marinate her body with your love juices. That's right, folks. And you can watch it on twitch.tv/KaiStrith. Boom! That's right, folks. We went there. Anyways, what are your thoughts? You think that Twitch should just be for gaming, or you think that ship has sailed as well?
Twitch shouldn't just be for gaming, but Twitch should just be like Twitch should just become what Justin TV was. It was weird going from Justin TV to Justin TV plus gaming section, which redirects you to Twitch, to Twitch, which is just gaming, and then to what we have now, which is, gaming plus, a few other things. But like ultimately, it's cool that Twitch has all these other sections where you can like do like just chatting and shit like that, where like you don't have to sit here and play games in order to like interact with people. But the whole like hot tub thing and like scantily clad like women and men using their looks to just get horny people to like view them all day and stuff like that, like something, I don't know, something's got to change to make it so that like it's not so like prevalent. It's not just like floating up the homepage or anything like that, because then it turns Twitch into like a niche kind of platform. Like, oh, this is the platform that has the boobies, or whatever, even though it's meant to offer other things. And then it goes down this terrible like slippery slope of just horny people being all over the platform and stuff, and then having to deal with that. And horny people tend to be pretty nuts, and they tend to do some pretty wild and crazy things. Like, I don't know, like DDoS a whole like freaking tournament because they're mad that I don't know, Ed Boon wasn't there or something. Like it just doesn't become as good, because if they do something about this, yes, the horny people will revolt and then they'll try and attack Twitch. Some of them, a lot of them are probably really stupid, but some of them are smart. So it might be bad for Twitch, but you literally have things like, there is someone here who has the that meme of that dude, that like gay porn star who always just like has the red bandana. It's just him. It's just like a gif of him inside a picture of a hot tub, and it's like, that's the stream. Someone has a picture of a woman from her hot tub stream where like, I don't know, it's a still of like, I guess her top like coming off or some shit like that, and that's the still, that's the stream. The stream is that still, and it's like, follow for your name written here and all this other crap, and like making fun of the people who do all this. But people who are making these like joke streams and whatnot are doing it because they know that they're going to get views, because horny people are going to be like, I like that picture. And then they're going to get baited. They'll be there for 2 seconds and they'll fucking leave. Or they'll wait for it to become something and it won't. And then they'll get pissed and then they'll leave. But like, it just has all this like ridiculous like degeneracy going on over here that like will piss off a bunch of like other degenerates. And then I don't know, either something crazy is going to happen to Twitch, or Twitch is going to like become something that's really, really annoying to deal with. Like, people are going to be like, yeah, I'm really funny. See, I'm making fun of that one thing. And it's like, okay, hopefully within the next like 2 or 3 months, this will blow over, and they'll, the hot tub like section will be there, but it'll just be a hot tub like section mostly for like people who are going to their pools or out at the beach and IRL streaming and shit like that. And it's not going to be this weird hot tub meta of like, hey, once again, I'm in my hot tub in my place. Would you like to see me change my clothes? Give me
This man really
2,000
said
bucks.
the hot tub meta.
I mean, that's what it is. It's the hot tub
All
meta.
right,
Like, it's
hold on. Do you see this? So I clicked on it. I saw the stream you're talking about. So I clicked. Do you see this dude who's doing Mario 64 speed runs? But it's
yeah.
just it's literally just him with no shirt on,
Hmm.
superimposed on top of a woman in a hot tub. But it's a screenshot. But other than that, it's just a regular Mario 64 speed run.
I am 80% sure that that picture is Amaranth.
I hope you have not seen her enough to where you just know that.
What? Like, I've seen, like, the thumbnail for that stream has popped up enough for me to be like, yeah, that's probably her.
All right.
Look,
I,
man, you got
I,
to know your enemies, all right?
She ain't my enemy. She's just another weirdo on the internet, as far as I'm concerned.
Bro, she's one of the top streamers on this platform. You got to know what's the tech. What do you think all this hot tub meta stuff is
Hold
coming from?
up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold on. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on.
What's up?
I have to open
What's
this
up?
stream. I have to know. I have to know.
Okay.
This dude is just restreaming the other stream. This dude's a god. What the?
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? It's a
Okay,
slippery
okay. Oh
slope.
no,
You
no,
just
no,
have
no, no.
people
Hold on,
doing
hold on,
this.
hold on, hold on, hold on. There's a hot chub stream up here that's got like 2.7K views, right? And there's this other dude who's literally just put a screen recorder on her stream and is streaming her stream, pretending to be the stream that is the stream to get views.
Yeah.
Wait, that is a dude who's got movie night going on, and they're just watching Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, it's an 8-hour stream. This man has been streaming all of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies right now. But I would
Jesus
be banned.
Christ.
He's on the 4th one right now, dude.
How many viewers does he have right now? See?
He's doing all this for a whopping total of 9 viewers.
Exactly. You see, that's why he's not banned, because he's got 9 viewers that are watching this. You think any of those 9 viewers are snitching on him? No.
Nah, but number 10 is the one. Hey, yo, Twitch, he's right.
Exactly. Like, once he gets past like 100 viewers, that's when it's going to be like,
Yep,
uh,
that's when you're gonna go to that special place. It's like, oh, you got looked at.
mm-hmm.
But I do see a lot of people in here who are on the hot tub streams, and none of them are in hot tubs, and it's just like, so like, did you think you were just gonna get more views? Like, I'm just trying to figure out like why you're
Yes.
here.
That's exactly what they thought, because they said, "Oh, look at all these people who are looking at Amaranth in the hot tub right now. Wow, I am disgusted. How dare they all view that instead of view my stream?" And it's like,
Well,
you,
I do see that Armoranth is actually online right now.
yeah, she's doing ASMR.
Oh, you've been watching this, I see.
Oh, I see the stream in like list of streams. Like, I see she's doing ASMR.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like,
I was just checking, man. I didn't know if you had a secret side mission while recording the Clout.WAV podcast.
No, man, I have a list of streams that I'm looking at. Like I follow her channel. I followed her channel for like years and like barely ever watched it, to be honest. Like, it's literally just like, what is she doing this time? ASMR. What is she doing this time? Just chatting. And then you see the thumbnail for the hot tub, and I'm like, what the heck is this? And then you see other people starting to do this, and I'm like, she spread the virus. Everybody else is like, oh my god, is that what she's doing? Oh, she's a genius. And then they start doing it themselves, and then you eventually have someone who's just restreaming, a hot tub streamer, who's like, yeah, now people will view my channel. It's like, but ultimately, are you enjoying yourself right now? It's not like Twitch is gonna pay you for having like 300 people watch your
Uh,
restream.
Look, here's the only reason why I have beef with Armrath. All her stuff that she's ever done on Twitch, I don't really give a damn. There is this video that dropped like 4 or 5 years ago, where she apparently was hitting people up on Tinder. Now, if this is a fake video, she should have came out and said that. I hope she has. But when someone linked me this video, and it's her dressing up as some cosplay. I think it's Tracer from Overwatch. And she basically is going on a Tinder date, and the like dude shows up, and dude's like, "Oh, that's cool, that's a little weird, whatever." And then like her boyfriend would come out with a camera and be like, "So what you guys doing over here?" And like, then it becomes like a gotcha. Yeah, you thought you were just gonna do horny things with me, huh? And like, it just takes a weird turn, and it's just like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, and the description is like, I downloaded Tinder and invited 4 strangers out on a date. They didn't know there would be 3 others. I'm like, she invited them all to come out at the same time, and it was just like, what? Like,
content, baby.
Yeah, but like, I hope that motherfucker signed a waiver or those DMs were like, something. But like, holy shit. Like, holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
Having motherfucker drive out there, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just fucking weird to me, bro.
There is one thing that she does do on her stream that is always interesting to me, where she has like this like girls podcast. It's like all girls podcast where she invites a bunch of other fairly known women who happen to stream of like, I don't know, similar content to hers. Besides the whole like gotcha, I'm trash, bullshit. But like, they'll stream like similar, stuff like Mia Malkova, like Indie Fox, etc. They'll show up and they just have like conversations about things, and some of their conversations are very interesting to hear from them. Like, they talk about like approaching men, and like men approaching them and stuff like that. And it's surprising some of the reactions that they have to these topics. But besides that, it's not really, like her stuff is mostly like horny dudes who are in there like, you show me Bob now. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Take off. And it's like,
all
get
right,
out.
Hold on. I'm going to screen cap this because I thought my eyes deceived me. I had to open it up. Chat. I don't know how we got here. I don't. I'm gonna keep it a whole. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I don't. How did we? Like, what's going on here, man?
Everybody wants to be funny, man. Everybody thinks that they're hilarious, and
All
it's
right.
like, you're not that funny.
All right. So stream. I'm going to show this to you all because I think you all deserve to see it. So let's just get like welcome to Twitch, everybody. Let's clap it up. Pickle Rick in the house. Let's go, dude. Yep, she's riding that pickle. Remember when I said, is someone riding Devil's Has anyone got a pickle? Well, someone's got a pickle Rick. They went up it with the handsome
that's
Squidward
Amaranth.
filter.
Actually, no,
not.
that's someone else.
It's not.
Someone else. Amaranth has one of those, though.
All right. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna just keep it pushing, bro.
Like, you gotta say, like, it's evolved in such a short amount of time, and it's like baffling.
The meta has progressed. We've gone from bananas to pickle Rick, man.
This has brought me back to the days of I specifically remember this one streamer who was in some like compilation of like, banned streamers or something like that, where this woman was banned from Twitch because she was basically in a bikini with like her ass out while she's playing games or like whatever. Usually she's just sitting there like answering chat with like a controller in her hand. And what was it? I think it was like a certain amount of subs. She would just start like twerking. She got banned for having that stream, and she just went to YouTube and started doing it. And it's like, well, now Twitch is like, in a hot tub, it's cool. Yeah, you're fine. You're all here. Category made.
It'd be
So
like that though.
it's hard to tell like what's what, but like I don't know, most hot tub streams are freaking boring. I
It's
feel like they're pretty boring, honestly.
it's rough, ain't it? But
Like
hey,
in my opinion, it's like why like what's the point of sitting here like watching this? Like, okay, maybe you can type some things in chat and get some like questions answered or whatever, but like ultimately it's like I could be doing something else.
yeah, but here's the thing though. You see how you have other things to do? A lot of these people don't. Like
Oh,
this is their thing to do.
oh well.
Like, look, I can't tell them how to spend their money. I'm not even gonna bother doing that. That's a waste of everybody's time. But yeah, you knew the vibes.
I have better streamers that I want to interact with who I don't have the like time to interact with that much because it's like I've got to do like other things, you know. So like, why would I sit here and be like, oh, she's sitting on a floaty. Ooh, that excitement lasts for like I don't know 20 minutes, and then it's like, okay, well, what else is there to do now?
See you next week. Like, that's all you got, dude. See you next week.
Exactly.
Even if we even bother to come back, but all in all, this has been a good episode. We only have one little tiny little thing to talk about, and that is the fact that Sonic decided to have a little bit of a presser today, in which they announced a bunch of bullshit that no one cares about whatsoever. A couple of collabs, a couple of little things where Sonic will be DLC in other games, some ugly necklaces and jewelry, and then they were like, "Hey, Sonic Colors reboot or not reboot, Ultimate Edition,"
Remaster. Yeah,
and it was like, "All right." Because the game was on the Wii, remember? You guys remember the Wii, the Nintendo Wii? Yeah,
it
well
was
now
on
that
the Wii U, wasn't? Oh no, it was on the
no,
Wii.
it
Never
was
mind.
on
You're
the
right. You're right.
Wii, the
You're
little
right.
Wii. And now they're being able to bring it to the world in a more definitive manner that, people will care about. And look, I don't know about Sonic Colors, like that's fine, whatever. I find
Yeah.
I find it interesting that they would skip over Unleashed because look, I'm not saying any of the modern day Sonic games are good, but I just remember I at least remember people talking about Unleashed. I don't think I've ever heard
For the
anybody
wrong
tell
reasons,
me.
though.
Yeah, but even so, I don't think I've ever even heard anything. I guess no news is good news when it pertains to Sonic at
Well,
this point.
Sonic Colors was a decent game. It was actually a decent game, and it also came out around the same time Sonic 4 came out.
Okay, well,
It was
Sonic.
just like
I heard that Sonic
it
4
came
was
out on the
basically
Wii.
just. I heard Sonic 4 was eventually just a crime against humanity at that point. Like I heard that game
Yeah, it
was
was
just
it was a
not.
nothing burger.
That was just not. That was no bueno. But speaking of games
It's
that were
like, remember Sonic 1?
but, but speaking of games that were literally crippled for just being on the Wii. If Tatsunoko versus Capcom was on any other platform, people would still be playing that game in large droves to this day. I firmly believe that. But
Yeah.
this is about Sonic. So at the end of the I don't forgot what they called it. It was Sonic something. Was this it wasn't Sonic Central, was it? Yep, it was
Yeah,
called
Sonic
Sonic Central.
Central.
All right, so Sonic Central, the conference, they had a little teaser at the end for a new game in which Sonic was running through some trees, had a little trail behind him. And look, I said it before on Twitter, and I will say it again right now. All right, word for word, bar for bar, I'm gonna let my feelings be known. The FBI, the CIA, the BSAA, the Men in Black, Organization 13, Ombu Black Ops, the Umbrella Corporation, they all pale in comparison to the Sonic community in the information gathering department. If you need intel on a motherfucker, send the Sonic community. Why do I say that? Is because I'm pretty sure this must be a whole meme because apparently, allegedly, someone in the Sonic community has decided that they noticed something was different on the Sega website, and they found a 4K rendition of the trailer that was in the stream for the untitled Sonic game without a release date, without any sort of details other than Sonic is going to look cool and be running through a forest. and they analyzed the metadata. They broke out a hexdex editor, broke down the file, and they started coming to weird conclusions because within the video file and the metadata that lied within the file that was played at the conference, in the middle of an MP4 video, people have broken down that the title could be Sonic Rangers. That there could be various things that are going to be interesting, like time travel and various other artifacts being found within the gameplay, which I don't understand why you would put that much into the metadata of a trailer for an untitled game. But the fact that they were even willing to look in this area proves to me that those motherfuckers are cracked and they're desperate. Look, if any other community was as weaponized as the Sonic community, bro, I would believe all the stereotypes people say about gamers. Yes, sir. All of them. Every single one of them. All of them. All those negative stereotypes that have been thrown and thrusted upon us as a community. Yep, we accept them wholeheartedly. Unfortunately, it's just for the Sonic community, so y'all got that.
Well,
Like, I don't know, man. It's just really weird.
what's
Like,
that? What's that thing that they announced with the old games? Was it Sonic Origins? I think. Like, what is that?
Sonic Origins, man, you don't want to know, dude.
Uh,
So,
Is it like just a like re-release of all the old games in like
all
one
right, all
big
right,
pack?
all right. So this is what it is. So do you remember like Sega Gems Collection, Sega Mega Collection? You remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so Sonic Origins is just going to be a compilation game of Sonic the Hedgehog for all the Genesis games. So it's going to have Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, 3 and Knuckles, and CD. That's it. It's all the Sonic games that people really care about. So Nick 3D Blast and, Flicky and all that other peripheral shit. It's just the four big boys. 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles and CD.
I mean, that makes sense, but these are also like the Sonic games are like the easiest to find. So, like the people who wanted to replay them could replay them like a long time ago. So, I don't know. It's nice, but it's also weird.
See, I could see that, but like my main question is like there's still a music rights licensing issue for Sonic 3. So like I don't really know how they're gonna like are they gonna like make remix songs? Like are they gonna make new songs? Are they gonna make new music? Like it just feels kind of weird. And it's also not given like any of like the cosmetic updates or where like Sonic 1 is gonna be updated to play more like Sonic 2 or 3. Like it's just gonna be basically the vanilla releases is what it looks like. So it's like
Mm,
I don't feel like, and I feel like this is something that might charge like $29.99 or $39.99 or dare I say $49.99 for. And at that point, you got to be asking yourself a real, genuine question here: Is it fucking worth it? Now I know the Sonic community they'll pay $100.99 to play this shit again, but
sure.
I just don't see it. I just don't see why we would necessarily be doing this. But hey, if y'all need another Sonic collection after like the what 4 or 5 or 6 they've already given you, then by all means you have fun with this. Because I believe the original Sonic 3 wasn't even included as the Sega on the Sega Genesis Minis library, even though Sonic Spinball was. Yes, there is a Sega Genesis Mini. I don't know how many of y'all know that, but that is a thing that exists that you can buy. You may have forgotten about it, but it exists. Came out in like 2019, I believe. So if you guys ever had a reason to go back and play your Genesis, or you never got played Genesis as a kid and you wanted one, Sega Genesis Mini was a thing. I don't know if it's still out though. I don't know if you can still buy it. Let me look it up for you guys. Sega Genesis Mini can be purchased at Target actually right now for $79. So if it's worth it for
Hmm.
you, you go right ahead and do that, boo boo. But for some reason at Walmart, it's randomly $99. Uh,
Because it's because they can get away with it, probably.
yeah, the people. If you're buying video games at Walmart, you probably have not been researched. Let's keep it a whole buck. You probably are not researched on the situation. But hey, at least it's afforded to you. But that being said, yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this week of the Clout.WAV podcast. Clocking in at almost 2.5 hours. We're in a little bit overtime there. But I thank you all for listening and sticking with these two fine brothers here as we regale you the tales of the drama of the internet. And yes, I know I hate to be the one to steal your thunder here, Mr. Fraudulence, but I'm going to say it. The internet was a mistake. Just want to make sure that that was 100% clear and articulated to the world. Is there anything you'd like to close us out on?
Um, Follow my YouTube page at what is it? YouTube.com/disasterabdul. It'll also come up if you search subtle fraudulence, because I changed my regular name on there. Follow me on Twitter at subtle fraud, because you'll get updates on videos, streams. If you're not following me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/subtle fraudulence. I have a new video that'll be coming out by the end of this week at the latest, starting a new series that will evolve into many things. So yeah, check that out. Archives of streams are also on the YouTube page. So I've made playlists for certain playthroughs that I care about. If they're like streams that it's just like a casual, like I was playing fighting games or whatever, that'll be on the YouTube page, but it won't be in a playlist because it's not related to anything specific. But if you're looking out for the content, watch out for it. It's out there. I'm making it. Let me know how you feel about it. If you think I should stop, tell me. And I will. I'll just go ahead and sell everything but my mic and my camera only for this podcast, and then I'll just go ahead and do something else in my life.
Understandable. Have a nice day. But
Yeah, understandable. Well, have a nice weekend.
yeah, for those of you who've been watching my YouTube channel, I appreciate it. That's probably how you found this podcast. But if not, what I'm saying, y'all know who I am. And if you don't, well, I'm the greatest baller Knockout City has ever seen. Tomorrow night, in about 24 hours, actually, no, it'll be 22 hours, because at 9 p.m. Eastern, I will be live streaming my run through the Knockout City tournament bracket. That's right. Me and two other crazy ballers, Cheese and Trey Pound, are going to be knocking heads, rolling them up and knocking them down, taking them out one team at a time as we try to cap off this monumental conquest for $6,000. So, hopefully we can get a piece of that prize pot of 10, I think it's 10 grand prize pot. But yeah, there's like over 150 something teams in this bracket, single of them. So it's going to be hell. Starts at 9 p.m. So damn well we're probably going to be up till 2, 3 in the morning if we make it super far in the tournament. So this should be very interesting to see how this turns out. I can't wait. Should be super dope. Other than that, you guys know that I'm rolling out like videos almost every day, and I have been for like the past 2 years. So holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? I got y'all covered on the content front. But that being said, we got another KO City video. I think dropping either tomorrow or Monday. I'm not sure. It's already uploaded and processed. I just need to pick a day on which I want it to drop and schedule to roll out for upload. So I probably will drop the podcast tomorrow. So I think, yeah, the Clout.WAV podcast. So it'll just be this VOD going up on the YouTube tomorrow, probably. And we'll drop the next KO City video on Monday. So yeah, that's what's coming to the YouTube channel. I think y'all got a video just about every single day this week. So once again, I see you guys. I know you guys are hungry for the content, and I'm happy to provide it. So other than that, yeah, the internet was a mistake. We're pushing through to the month of June, getting to the halfway point of the year so soon. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you guys next time.